Good stuff. Also, today, the last day of our event, get you some Industry Hotel swag, hats, shirts, sweatshirts, stocking caps, all kinds of good stuff out there at the Industry Hotel cheer table. Thank you.
Go ahead and start. Go ahead and start.
No memory card.
No memory card. Look in the computer bag. Open that up and
Hello again, everybody. David Clary along with Titus Fetters and Caleb Riker. Brian Bennett back in the studios of FM 92.7. We are live in Pensacola, Florida, getting set for another day of Oak Ridge High School basketball. The guys are going to lead things off. They're going to take on the University Lab Cubs of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That'll be followed by the Lady Wildcats taking on the Huntsville Lady Panthers out of Huntsville, Alabama. We're on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on Oak Ridge School's television channel, 1082. We're also streaming live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. The two teams are warming up down below. Got to take care of a little bit of a technical issue here, so we're going to take a break. But we do appreciate you listening or watching our ball game today as the Wildcats and Lady Wildcats get set to play here in day number 2 in Pensacola. Going to take a break, send it off to Brian Bennett. We're on the radio, we're on the YouTube, we're on channel 1082. We'll be back for the tip-off and the starting lineups in 2 minutes. Hello, Ricky. Hello, Ms. Taubenheim. Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School, home of the Dolphins here in Pensacola, Florida. Wildcats getting set to take on the University High School basketball team out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They're wearing black colors, black jerseys, black pants with gold and white trim. The Wildcats are in their white jerseys with cardinal numerals. Wildcats yesterday had an easy win over Vicksburg, Mississippi. Coach Green was telling me before the ball game that this team is a very athletic team that can shoot the basketball, and they're very well coached. So this game will probably be a little different than the game we saw yesterday against Vicksburg. Nothing against those guys. They were very talented, but they didn't really seem to have a whole lot of aggressive coaching taking place during the course of the game. Starting lineups for the Wildcats being introduced. Shamar Green will start for the Wildcats. He's a senior, along with senior Garrett Giles. Also the point guard will be the senior Raekwon Watson. Charlie Taubenheim, the junior, and Cooper Williams will be the other starter for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. Aaron Green is the head coach of the Wildcats. And we're about to get set. Joe Spencer is the head coach of University School of Baton Rouge, and we are about to get underway here from Pensacola, Florida. We've had some great weather down here. We've enjoyed the trip. I haven't seen much of my crew here. Caleb and Titus, they've been fishing and out on the beach. They left me all alone in the room. It was sad. No, really, it was a good time here. We've all had a good time. As Shamar Green will jump for the Wildcats. To jump for them will be number 15. That'll be Michael Hilton. And we are underway here once again from Gulf Breeze High School. Ball controlled by the Cubs, and we are underway with the basketball. Number 11, top of the circle, that'll be Watkins. He works the ball to his right. Bounce pass goes right in front of the Oak Ridge bench to number 10. Driving with the basketball will be Sides. He swings the ball left side to number 1. That'll be, I'm looking down, Kimmy. As they work the ball inside, we're going to have a foul called inside against the Wildcats. 7:40 to play here in the first quarter in a 0-0 ball game. And to the free throw line will go a team from Louisiana, University Basketball. They're located on the campus of LSU. At the line will go Ethan Kimmy. He's a sophomore, 6'4", 190-pounder. Puts up the shot up, and it's good. They lead it by a score of 1-0. The foul was called on the Wildcats. I believe it was called on Shamar, and that'll be the first foul called of the ball game. Second toss up, good. 2-0 our score, and down the floor will come Raekwon Watson. Trapped in the rear court. Here it goes to Cooper Williams. Wildcats Charlie Taubenheim for 3, no good. Rebound, Garrett Giles. Underneath the goal, wants to go right back up with it. His shot is blocked. They're going to call a jump ball. The held possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the basketball underneath the goal. 7:20 to play in the first quarter in a 2-0 ball game. Wildcats had a good look at it, just wouldn't fall as the Wildcats work the ball into Cooper Williams. Cooper dribbles in, stutter steps as he moves, gives it over to Raekwon. Ray drives in, bounce pass, nice pass, but Shamar wasn't ready for it. It goes bouncing out of bounds, and the Wildcats turn the ball over. Here come I believe they're the Cubs coming down the floor. I keep thinking of the Chicago Cubs and their colors, and these colors just don't match. As the ball's worked in for University School, they lead it 2-0. 7:17 to play as they work the ball to Kimmy, driving the baseline, slings it to the corner. They shoot from there. It's up. No good. Cooper Williams has the rebound for the Wildcats. The Wildcats will push it up the floor, trailing 2-0. Cooper then lost the dribble out of bounds, and the Wildcats turn the ball over again. Turnover for the Wildcats, and it'll be Kimmy to work the ball in for University School. They work the ball in. The Wildcats putting pressure in the rear court on the point. He slings it across the way and a little bit too aggressive with the Wildcats, and hopefully that's not on Shamar. It will not be. I believe it'll be on Charlie Taubenheim. It'll be their basketball side court. 2-0 our score. We're at the 7:55 mark to play in the first quarter. They bring the ball across the line. Number 10 in the ball game, Harris Sides. 5'11" player to Kimmy against Shamar. Wants to shoot over the top of him. Good play by Garrett. We're going to have a dunk. Here it comes. Garrett Giles goes in. Kind of stuffs it. He got kind of pushed underneath, and it's a 2-point bucket for Garrett Giles. It's not exactly what would you call the prettiest dunk, as the Wildcats commit another personal foul. No, it's a travel. Good defense, Oak Ridge. Cooper Williams went crashing down to the floor. Y'all are congratulating. That was kind of a iffy kind of dunk because he had too much traffic going down the floor with him. But the good news is we are tied at 2. 6:29 to play first quarter. Here come the Wildcats. Cooper's going to work it in to Ray. Ray has Shamar underneath the goal. He's going to take it strong to the hole himself. Good. Raekwon Watson hits the shot, and the Wildcats have their first lead. 4-2 the score. Here comes Sides down the floor. Bounce pass off to Kimmy. Kimmy drives against Cooper. Shot is up, no good. Rebound to the Cubs. They have the ball, and then a foul is going to be called against Cooper Williams. Foul called against the Wildcats. That'll be their third team foul. Wildcats about to get Ethan James in the ball game for the first time. To the free throw line will go University School. As I mentioned, they're out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They're located, the campus is right at LSU. Tosses on its way up, hits the front of the rim, no good. Charlie Taubenheim coming out of the ball game. Ethan James, sophomore, will check in. Had a good game yesterday. Didn't score a lot, and he's not going to score a lot. He can score. He's kind of a quick, athletic, defensive specialist right now. As that shot is up, good. Wildcat lead is 4-3. Ray with it across to Cooper Williams, breaking the press to Garrett Giles. Giles in the corner, had Shamar on the block, inside to Garrett. He goes in for the dunk this time. It was going to be a one-hand jam, but he got fouled, and Garrett Giles will go to the free throw line. Kind of a rarity to have the boys playing in front of the girls, but that is the schedule here. Garrett Giles goes to the line. Oak Ridge on top, 4-3, 5:59 to play in the first quarter. His first toss is good. He'll have another one. Oak Ridge by 2. 5-3 the score. The senior redhead to the free throw line. Second toss on its way. Good. Garrett Giles, a 1,000-point scorer in his career. Combined Greenback statistics and his Oak Ridge statistics from last season, where he scored about 420 points last year for the Wildcats. And before that at Greenback, he was about an 800-point scorer. University School with the basketball. They work the ball out to the top of the key. Now they'll drive in. Cooper tries to block the shot. He does. Cooper Williams, Wildcats wanting to run. Raekwon Watson dribbling coast to coast all the way to the baseline. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Raekwon Watson. 5.5 minutes to play first quarter. 6-3, the Wildcats in the lead. You come down to these tournaments for competition. Yesterday's team was very athletic, but they weren't nearly as sound as a basketball team as this group seems to be here in the early going. 6-3 our score. With the basketball will come number 21. They got a 3 to tie it. No good. Rebound, Shamar Green. Shamar with it to Ray. He throws a bad pass. It's intercepted. They get a shot up. No good. And Shamar, ball should be. Oh, man. No. That was last touch by number 1. That was definitely the last touch by number 1. That was not a good call by the official. Number 1 actually knocked it out of bounds, but he saw it differently, and they'll have the basketball underneath the goal. Trying to work the ball in. Yet to do so. Bounce pass comes in. They get a shot up. Good. They score with number 21 for them. That'll be Watkins. And the Wildcats will bring the ball down the floor against their press. Oh, very high pass. Ethan couldn't go up to get it. And we've got a 1-point game, and they might take the lead. Nope, they work the ball left side. Watkins in the paint, kicks the ball back out. They drive in the paint, pull up and shoot a shot. No good. Ethan James on the rebound. Their pressure's pretty good. Here comes Ethan down the floor. Ethan, right wing, gives it up to Raekwon Watson. 4:39 to play. Wildcats, Garrett Giles with it in the paint to Shamar. Drive, stops, goes in for a shot. No good. Garrett's got the rebound. Garrett wanted to drive. The ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, this time by University. And then a timeout is asked for by Coach Green. We're going to take one ourselves. 4:29 to play. We're in the first quarter in a 6-5 ball game. We'll be back to Pensacola, Florida in 30 seconds. Welcome back once again to Pensacola, Florida, Gulf Breeze High School. Oak Ridge with Charlie Taubenheim back in the ball game. He throws a bad pass. It's intercepted, and here comes a dunk. Oh, my. That's a nice jam there by Kimmy. And the Wildcats trail 7-6. Wildcats too many turnovers in the early going, and there's going to be a foul called against University. Exciting ball game to this point. 7-6 to score, 4:14 to play. A team that likes to do pretty much what Oak Ridge likes to do. They like to press as the Wildcats will have the basketball. Taubenheim comes out of the game, and it comes to Ray once again. Ray's going to dribble all the way coast to coast, all the way to the hole, missed the shot. Then Shamar steals the ball right back. Shamar grabs it, gives it into Garrett. Garrett drives in. There's Ethan James, left corner for three. It's no good. Tip back up. Garrett Giles going to call a foul against Oak Ridge. Good rebounding attempt. Oh, boy. We saw some junior varsity officials yesterday, and I don't know. It's going to be a personal foul against Oak Ridge. Either way, 7-6 our score, and Shamar's going to have to come out of the game. It's going to go against Shamar Green. That'll be his second foul. The Wildcats get Charlie back in the ball game. Kimmy with the basketball. Guarded by Garrett Giles. Swings the ball top of the circle off the sides. Sides back to the top to number 12 in the ball game. It's dark in here, so it's hard to read my roster. Williams with it. Holds the ball. 3:39 to play. Good defense. Charlie held the ball forever. Number 11 drives in, throws the ball left corner. Wide open three is good. 3-point shot by Chance James, and the Wildcats trail by 4. Here comes Raekwon Watson down the floor. Ray brings it all the way down the floor. All the way, lost his dribble again. Another turnover. Then on the other end of the floor, the Cubs track it down. Then they lost the ball. Then it's knocked out of bounds, and the ball goes last touched by Oak Ridge. Too many turnovers. Coach Green's telling Ray just kind of slow things down. If you don't have it, don't take it. As the Cubs will try to work the ball in. Looking, firing it in. It comes to Kimmy, top of the key at the midcourt circle. 3:10 to play first quarter. 10-6 our score. He works the ball outside the three-point stripe. Cooper picks him up defensively. They look inside. Now they work the ball back to the midcourt circle. Then a foul is going to be called against Garrett Giles. A little bit too aggressive. Garrett picks up a foul. That'll be, I believe, the 5th foul called against Oak Ridge. And at the free throw line will go Ethan Kimmy. 6'4", sophomore. He'll go to the free throw line. The Wildcats playing with Garrett Giles, Charlie Taubenheim, Cooper Williams, Raekwon Watson, and Ethan James, a snowbird, all the way on the end of the floor here. He's just kind of hanging out the very end of the floor, and they pick that up and they back up just a bit. And we're about to get a 5 substitution for the Cubs, kind of similar to what the Lady Vols new coach likes to do. She goes 5 for 5 as the Wildcats trail now by 6, 12-6 the score. Too many turnovers here in the early going. Ray in the rear court is going to blow past his man, swing it back to Charlie, who comes across the line, gives it off to Giles, and then Giles is shoved by the University school team, and Oak Ridge will have the basketball side court. 13 foul called against them. Be Oak Ridge basketball. They're going to say it's up on the other end of the bench. They ask Garrett to come up, although the foul was committed down low. Garrett will pull it in, and it comes to Cooper Williams. Cooper with the basketball, gives it off to Raekwon. Ray with it, dribbles in, spins, takes it strong to the hole, good, and he's fouled. That's the kind of drive we saw all day yesterday with Raekwon. And Ray will go to the free throw line with a chance for a 3-point play. 2:42 to play first quarter. 12-8 the score. The Wildcats trailing, and Ray will go to the free throw line one time. Senior puts it on his way, and it's no good. Rebound tracked down by Ray to Ethan James to Garrett Giles. Thought about a 3. Cooper couldn't catch it cleanly. Goes into Ethan for the layup. Good. Nice bucket there by the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge trails again, now only by 2. Wildcats with a triple team. They throw the ball away. Ethan steals it, goes in for the shot. Good, and he's fouled. Wow. The Wildcats, using their defense, have tied the ball game at 12-12. 2:24 to play in the first quarter, and Ethan can give his team the lead. Just a moment ago, the Wildcats were down 6. They can retake the lead here with a free throw by the sophomore, and it's good. 13-12 Wildcats. Down the floor will come the Cubs. We like this second group, and they turn the ball over again. And he gives the ball off to the Cubs. It'll be Oak Ridge. This second group has been devastated, really, here in the last few moments after he substituted 5 for 5. They'll try to work the ball in. Yet to do so. Now they fire it in. Pass intercepted again. Then the Wildcats turn the ball over. Wildcats had an opportunity as they bring the ball down the floor. University School out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's Harris Sides, guarded by Ray. Aggressively holds it. Might have walked. Works the ball inside the paint. They drive in. Shot is up. No good. Rebound, Garrett Giles. Garrett Giles and the Wildcats leading by 1. 13-12 the score. Garrett all the way in. Lost the handle. Grabs it back. Tied up. The alternate possession arrow to whom? It'll be the Cubs ball. Minute 53 to play. We are in the first quarter in a 13-12 dogfight here in Pensacola, Florida at Gulf Breeze High School. Bounce pass comes into number 2. That'll be Patrick Patton. He brings the ball across the line to Harris Sides. Sides dribbles in, really stripped of the ball, holds it, swings it out to number 22, wants to shoot a 3. No good. Garrett Giles on the rebound. We might have a dunk. Here comes Garrett, coast to coast, lost the dribble. Another turnover. The Wildcats have had a ton of turnovers here in the first quarter. Here comes University School down the floor. They'll drive the paint, kick the ball. Here's a steal. Now we are going to have a dunk. Garrett Giles then fouled, and they finally call it. I don't think these officials can keep up with the pace of this game. It is back and forth, up and down. A minute 21 to play in the first quarter, and that'll be the 16th foul called against University School. And Garrett Giles will go to the free throw line. 13-12 is our score. Giles to the free throw line. He is 2 for 2 at the free throw line. 3 for 3. Back to the free throw line will go the senior. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Not sure. He took a kind of a funny tumble a moment ago. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound to the Cubs. Wildcats by 2, 14-12. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come University School. Backing it up with a minute 10 to play. Oak Ridge by 2. They were down by 6. Their basketball. Looking for the rosters here. They work the ball along the baseline. Now around the perimeter. We have a setup up in the stands here, so it's kind of hard to keep up with everything we're trying to do. As they work the ball in for a free throw line jumper, it's up, no good. Rebound, who's got it? They're going to say it'll be the Cubs ball. Any 50-50 call has not really gone our way today, as Shamar's going to check back in. He's got to play careful. He has 2 fouls as he comes back in the ball game. It'll be the Cubs with the basketball underneath the goal. 45.5 seconds to play in the first quarter. We'll have an opportunity. We're sending out some get well wishes to Danny Green, assistant coach of the Wildcats, who has kind of had a little tumble, and we hope he's feeling well and watching the ball game today. As they work the ball to the corner, they get a 3 off. It's good. 3-point shot made by Harris Sides, and Oak Ridge trails 15-14. What a game we've got it going here in Pensacola. Ray down the floor. Cooper Williams thought about a 3, won't take it. Charlie will, left-handed, good. 3-point shot, Charlie Toppenheim. And the Wildcats are back up by 2. 17-15 the score. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Cubs of University School. 5-second count is on. Call it, buddy. He finally gets rid of it. Oh, there's a nearer walk. They work the ball top of the key, 10 seconds. 17-15 Oak Ridge. They drive in. They kick it out. There's a wide open 3. No good. Rebound, Charlie. Charlie Toppenheim. 1 second. He throws one from midcourt. Hits the backboard. No good as the first quarter comes to a close. We have played an exciting first quarter of basketball. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top, 17-15. And we'll be back to Pensacola, Florida in 60 seconds.
other team's colors today, buddy?
David Clary back here along with Titus Fetters, Caleb Riker. The Wildcats on top 17-15 as we start play here in the second quarter here at Gulf Breeze High School, Pensacola. Wildcats with the basketball. Charlie inside to Shamar. Can't control it, now does. Then it's knocked away by the Cubs, and here they come down the floor. Wildcats up by 2. It's been a back and forth affair. They get a shot off, no good. Cooper's got the rebound to Garrett Giles. Here comes Garrett down the floor, driving in all the way to the baseline. Cannot shoot. Back to Cooper he goes. Cross court to Charlie. Had a 3. He might have walked. Turned the ball over. 7:34 to play, second quarter. 17-15. Oak Ridge on top. Turnovers have been a big factor. This university school team, they get after it on defense. The Wildcats have been sped up a little bit by them and have turned the ball over. The first two teams we played, Vicksburg and Lebanon, did not really put the pressure on Oak Ridge. So it's a good test for Oak Ridge. That's why you come down and face teams that you don't normally would see, as that ball knocked out by Shamar, because as I've said many times, state championships are not won in November. That's how you get better. You find your weaknesses and you work on them. As the university team will work the ball in from the side court, number 24 in the ball game. That is Nicholas Popov. He works the ball left side on the wing, looking down low. They've got a smaller lineup in. Wildcats playing zone with Garrett Giles, Raekwon Watson, Charlie Taubenheim, Cooper Williams, and Shamar Green. 7 minutes to play second quarter. Neither team has scored. They leave a three-point shooter open. He missed it. Long rebound. He gets his own rebound. Kicks the ball again to number 12. Almost took a step. Did not. Backs it up. Wildcats don't play a lot of zone, but Coach Green has said that this team might play more zone as they throw the ball away. That one almost went to the beach, Caleb.
Yeah, it almost did. It almost went with the fish me and Titus have been catching.
6:42 to play second quarter. 17-15 the score. Neither team has scored here in the second quarter. Garrett Giles to a cutting Ray. Kicks the ball to Charlie. Inside is Shamar. Shamar lost the handle. Back to Charlie. He guns one. In and out. No good. Rebound. Battled for. Picked up on the floor by the Cubs. Still 90 seconds into the second quarter. No score by any team. Here's a 3, though. It's good. Three-point shot made good by Harris Sides. And Oak Ridge trails by 1. 18-17 the score. Then Ray turns it over. Shot up good. They score with Jackson Williams, and the Wildcats are down by 3. 20-17. We've had a back and forth ball game. Cooper with it to Shamar. Shamar shoots. Good. Shamar Green off the glass, and it's a 1-point game. 20-19 the score. Back and forth we go here at Pensacola Gulf Breeze High School as they bring the ball once again across the midcourt line. Bounce pass left side. They've got some good three-point shooters. They leave a guy open, though. Cooper blocks it. They get the rebound right back up again. He missed it again. And then Kimmy, out of frustration, almost fouled Cooper. Couple blocks there by Oak Ridge's Cooper Williams. Here's Ray driving in to Shamar for the layup. Good. Shamar gives Oak Ridge the lead once again, 21-20. 5:26 to play. What an exciting ball game, Caleb.
Yeah, it has been. It's been really, really fast-paced, back and forth. A lot of athletic players on the court. I almost thought Shamar was going to go up there and dunk that hustle play there by Garrett. Ends up fouling the university player there.
That'll be the second foul called, I believe, against Garrett Giles. Wildcats going to get Ethan James back in the ball game. Cooper Williams checks out. That'll be indeed the foul called. Well, up on the scoreboard, I believe they say that, yep, it's on Garrett. That'll be his second. A little perspiration being wiped up by the very nice people here. We've found everyone that we have encountered to be extremely nice. We had a long conversation at the concession stand with a couple ladies who were looking forward to watching us play. 5:07 to play second quarter, 21-20 the score. They throw the ball to the right corner. Good defense, Oak Ridge. Wildcats have spread it out a bit. Here's a shot. Oh, nice little floating bucket. Got airborne, and Nicholas scores, and the Wildcats trail again by 1. 22-21 the score. Charlie down the floor. Charlie gives it off to Ethan James, drives the baseline, gives it into Shamar for the layup. Good. Give the assist to Ethan James, and Oak Ridge retakes the lead by 1. 23-22 the score. With the basketball will come University School. Moving right to left if you're listening to us on FM 92.7 WIJV. We're also on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Watching Oak Ridge basketball from Florida. Good defense, Oak Ridge. Number 10 is going to shoot a left-handed three-pointer. Man, he had a guy in his face, too. Really, really nice shot there by Harris Sides. And Oak Ridge trails by 2. 25-23. Here's Ethan James. He dribbles in all the way to the hole. Great move by the sophomore. Ethan James along the baseline ties the ball game at 25-25. 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Harris Sides with the basketball. Works the ball to his right. Front of the Oak Ridge bench, around a screen. Number 12 with it. Bounce pass left side. You got to keep him from shooting. He knocks down another one. Harris Sides gives them the lead again by 3. 28-25. But about our three-point shooter. That's Garrett Giles for 3. What a game we've got here going in Pensacola. 28-28 the score. 3:36 to play. Second quarter action here. Now they'll drive in coast to coast. Here's a shot partially rejected by Shamar Green, and the Wildcats have the ball. Shamar with it to Ray Ray. Here come the Wildcats running the floor. Ray Ray coast to coast. Drives in, stripped to the ball, out of bounds, last touch by the guys from Louisiana. Cooper's going to check back in the ball game. Let's see who's going to check out. It's going to be Charlie Taubenheim. 3:21 to play second quarter. 28-28 the score. Great ball game here at Gulf Breeze High School. Some substitutions coming into the ball game again for the Cubs. It's called University Lab School on the campus of LSU as Ray Ray works it into Ethan James. Ethan drives the paint, goes in for the shot. No good. Does draw the foul. And Ethan will go to the free throw line. 3:17 to play in the second quarter. We'll have a complete recap of the scoring at halftime. Caleb will do that for us. 28-28 the score. Ethan James, sophomore, to the line. Toss, no good. Hits the back end of the rim. I talked about his defensive prowess, but today he looks really, really comfortable on the offensive side of things. And he's only a sophomore, as I said. Garrett does a little housekeeping work. The rim on the other side, the net had gotten caught. He goes down and fixes it. Ethan's free throw, this one's short. Rebounded by University School. 28-28 the score. They got to watch Harris Sides. Can't leave him open for a 3 because he's been deadly. He wanted to shoot that one. Ethan much more aggressively defending him. They work the ball. Garrett almost picked up his third foul there, a little bit too aggressive. 3:06 to play second quarter. University School basketball. Holding it, looking to find somebody free. 5-second count is on, and University School calls a timeout. Gives me the opportunity to run down all of our sponsors on Oak Ridge High School basketball on the radio. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, Summit Medical Group, Bob's Wash and Fold Laundry, the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, the Fox Insurance Group, Ronnie and Becky Hayes, and the Oak Ridge High School class of 1989. Like to send a shout out to all the students at Oak Ridge High School who are watching our ball game right now. This is the last day of school before the Thanksgiving break, and we know some teachers have allowed the ball game to be broadcast. Hello, students at Oak Ridge High School. Hello, Braden Sharp. I know you're watching.
Hi, Braden. I hope you do really good on Friday. I hope a lot of people are there, too. I know I'll be. I'll probably be recording, right, David?
Friday, the Wildcats will take on the Sevier County Smoky Bears in the semifinals of the state playoffs. Harris Size not able to get that 3 off this time as Ethan gets in his way. Good defense by Ethan and Shamar, but then Harris gets it right back. Over to the top it goes. They'll drive in. Cooper trying to guard. There they throw the ball, deflected out. Last touch by Oak Ridge. It's a good basketball team we're playing. 28-28 the score, 2:37 to play in the second period here at Gulf Breeze High School. They leave Sides free for 3. He missed one. Cooper's got the rebound. Cooper Williams pushes it up the floor, then throws the ball away. That guy's good. Let me tell you, Harris Sides is a good player. They leave a three-point shooter open. He missed it, though. Rebound, Garrett Giles. He got fouled. They work the ball in. Shamar blocks it. Ray Ray's got it. Wildcats had Ethan quickly down the floor. Couldn't get the ball to him. You talk about a physical ball game. This one's fun. Ray Ray with the basketball. Around a screen. Thought about a three. Won't take the shot. Lobs it in. Shamar. One dribble. He got hammered by three guys. No call. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. So let him play on, I guess, as the Wildcats will get Charlie Taubenheim back in the ball game. 28-28 the score, 2:04 to play, and a fun game here at Gulf Breeze High School. Shamar's out of the ball game. He's playing with 2 fouls. Garrett's got 2. Charlie Taubenheim back in the ball game. The Wildcats working into Ray Watson inside to Cooper. Cooper wants to shoot, drives in for a shot. He's fouled. Man, pretty good looking block there by Nicholas, the 6'2" junior player, and that'll send Cooper Williams to the free throw line. Cooper's a senior. Hasn't been able to score much in this ball game. Had 21 yesterday in the win over Vicksburg. 2 minutes to play. First half, 28-28 the score. The two teams have exchanged leads back and forth throughout the course of the game. Some perspiration mopped up. Titus doing camera work and talking on the phone as well. I was talking to some Pigeon Forge girl, I thought. As the free throw is up, and it's up, and it is no good. Wildcats have missed their last 3 free throws. Cooper Williams back to the line. Missed the opening game against Lebanon. Had a good one yesterday, though. 28-28. Free throws, good. Wildcats retake the lead by 1. 29-28. Wildcats in the lead. Here they come down the floor. Minute 55 and counting. Where's Harris Sides? Got to watch that guy. He can shoot. They work the ball at the free throw line. Unable to shoot. They work the ball, number 12 with it. Bounce pass along the baseline. Ball stripped on the floor. They cut it inside. Little floater in, good. It wasn't pretty, but effective. Wildcats facing the press. Cooper's got to get it in. Then it comes to Ray, and Ray's going to bring the ball down the floor with a pass to Cooper Williams. Back to the left side. Wildcats taking their time getting the ball across the line. They finally do. Ray then has it stripped out of his hands. Then Ethan tries to strip it away from them. They're in the rear court still, trying to get the ball across the line themselves. Oak Ridge down by a point. 30-29 the score. Bounce pass right side. Inside the paint. There's going to be a foul called against Cooper. That'll be the second, the second team foul called against the Wildcats. It'll be University School with the basketball side court. Was definitely not a shooting violation. They'll have the basketball underneath the goal. 1:09 to play. The girls' game will follow here. They'll play Huntsville, Alabama. Hope you'll stay tuned for that broadcast. 30-29 the score. The Wildcats down by a point. Work the ball in will be University School, and they do. Top of the circle, driving with it. Against Charlie, cannot shoot. Number 11 backs it up. Shamar picks him up defensively. The Wildcats, 1 minute to play here in the first half, trailing by a point. Shot is good. 3-point lead for University. Here comes Ray. The Wildcats have got to do a better job handling this press as Garrett works the ball. Had Shamar early. Works the ball to Charlie. Free throw line jumper is on its way. Short. Shamar on the rebound. Goes up for the shot. No good. Missed a point-blank bunny. I think he was a little bit too far underneath the goal, just couldn't get the shot to fall. And with 35 seconds to play in the first half, they get another shot off. It is good. Wildcats left number 11 free, and the Wildcats are down by 5. Here comes Oak Ridge. Garrett Giles with 24 seconds to play in the first half. Charlie with it to Ray. 20 seconds and counting. 34-29, the Wildcats trail. Ray to Charlie. Cannot shoot. Shamar's got it in the right wing. Somebody's got to be open. It's Garrett Giles in the left corner, but Ray for 3. No good. Rebound with 7 seconds. Wildcats need to stop here. They're going to drive in. 4-3. Baseline drive. Good as the first half comes to a close. Wildcats fail to cut off the baseline there, and the Wildcats find themselves trailing at halftime. Let's see if that bucket counted. They didn't signal it up on the scoreboard. Yes, now they finally do. 36-29 is our score. We are live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We are live on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, WIJV. Wildcats trail University School 36-29. We're going to take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett on the radio. We'll come back and look at the first half scoring. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Too many turnovers on our part.
Every time Garrett goes up with the ball, he always hit it out.
Yeah. You got to get Cooper more involved.
What?
You got to get Cooper more involved. Get it?
Oh no, shit. This is where I got stopped from.
Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School, Pensacola, Florida. Wildcats find themselves down by 7. They trailed earlier by 6. Kind of erased that lead and retook the lead, but the Wildcats, little flurry there at the end, a couple turnovers, a couple missed shots, and the Cubs had the lead 36-29. Stay tuned. Immediately following this game, the Lady Wildcats are in action. They're taking on Huntsville, Alabama. They're still in the dressing room, actually out of the dressing room, sitting to our left in the bleachers here in Pensacola. I want to remind everybody as well that this Friday, the Wildcat football team has an opportunity to, with a win, to play for the state championship next week. They will need your support at Blankenship Field. Yeah, the temperature is going to be cold, but very seldom do teams get an opportunity to play a semifinal round ball game, and we're at Blankenship Field. The Sevier County Smoky Bears, they are undefeated on the year. They are 13-0 as they head to Blankenship on Friday, and the Wildcats could use your support this coming Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. I'm seeing if Caleb is ready to run down the scoring in this ball game. Are you ready to run down the scoring?
I am ready.
And here we go with Caleb Riker.
All right, the Wildcats are trailing at halftime, 36-29. We have our leading scorer, Garrett Giles, with 8. Ethan James, the sophomore, with 7. Shamar Green with 6. Ray Watson with 4. Charlie Tomenheim with 3. And Cooper Williams with 1.
Yeah, I was telling Titus during the break that we need to get Cooper a little bit more involved in the game. Titus, your thoughts on the game so far?
I think they're moving a little too fast. I think they need to slow it down a little bit. Just play smooth. Once we start doing that, I think we'll start putting up more points.
Wildcats find themselves down by 7, 36-29 the score. The Wildcats are back out on the floor. I agree with what Titus said. The Wildcats, yeah, a lot of times the press will speed you up, and they definitely sped up the Wildcats, and they're a really aggressive, physical basketball team. The Wildcats find themselves trailing by 7. We are live in Gulf Breeze High School, Pensacola, Florida. We'll be back with the second half following this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School. The Cubs have the basketball first. We start play in the second half. The Wildcats trailing by 7, 36-29 in a fast-paced, very physical ball game. Fun to watch. Sides with the basketball, guarded by Garrett Giles. He's bumped and fouled by Garrett. That'll be his third foul. 7:43 to play, third quarter. The Wildcats come out here in the second half with Cooper Williams, Shamar Green, Garrett Giles, Charlie Taubenheim, along with Raekwon Watson. They're trying to work the ball in against Cooper's height. The bounce pass does come in. They get a shot up, good. And it's a 9-point lead. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge, 38-29. Cooper's going to bring the ball all the way across the line, and he's pushed and fouled by number 11 for them, Jerome Watkins. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, trailing 38-29, 7 minutes and 33 seconds to play in the third quarter. Wildcats have a little work to do as the Wildcats working into Shamar Green. Here the bounce pass inside to Garrett Giles. The shot is blocked. Double team. Still goes up for the shot. Blocked again. Couple blocks on Garrett's shots, and down the floor will come the Cubs. Harris sides for 3. No good this time. Rebound. Shamar has it. Shamar Green looks for help. Finds Ray Ray. Wildcats down 38-29. Garrett Giles has a 3. Pulls up, guns short. Rebound. Shamar up for the shot. He was fouled. Man, he was fouled. He was fouled that time. The one official just will not have any of it. Coach Green questioned it, and as long as they call it both ways, and they kind of have, they've let them kind of bang it out here. 38-29 the score, the Wildcats. Back on defense here. Can't let it get any worse than it already is. It's already 9. Kimmy's going to go in, and he walks with the basketball. Travel's going to be called against the – no, it's going to be a charge. Charge is going to be called. Might have been the makeup call on the previous that didn't go our way. Oak Ridge ball, 6:48 to play, third quarter, 38-29. Wildcats trailing with 6:48 to play in the third period. Cooper Williams, only 1 point in the ball game, had 21 yesterday as Ray Ray brings the ball down to Garrett Giles. Garrett drives in all the way to the hole. Good. Garrett off the glass, and the Wildcats trail by 7, 38-31. Need to continue to get stops. The basketball will come the Cubs out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Jerome Watkins with us, 6'1" player. They work the ball to the corner. Harris sides, harassed by Ray Ray. He's a good shooter. Can't leave him open. He's already nailed some long-range shots. They've got a 3 if they want it. They won't take it. Now they will. It's on its way. It's good. 3-point shot made by, looks like number 11. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, trailing by 10. Biggest margin of the game. Charlie works it into Shamar. He'll turn, he'll spin, he'll drive. It's blocked. Shamar gets his own rebound for a moment, picked up by the Cubs. They are very physical inside. They're letting them play as the Wildcats watch them work the ball sides for 3. No good. Charlie Taubenheim on the rebound to Ray Ray. Wildcats trying to push the pace. Down by 10, 41-31. Ray Ray to the hole, blocked. Shamar gets the rebound up, no good. And Shamar is fouled, I think. The trailing official did call the personal foul against them, and that'll send Oak Ridge to the free throw line with Shamar Green. How many did Shamar have in the first half?
Shamar had 6 points, all in the second quarter, actually.
First toss is up, no good. The Wildcats have struggled a bit here as of late at the free throw line. Down by 10, 41-31, 5:43 to play, third quarter. It's a good test for the Wildcats here in November. Show them a little style of basketball. It's tough. Shamar Green, senior, puts the toss up there, way short. Rebound to the Cubs. Wildcats failing to knock down shots, and they can extend their lead. It's already 10, 41-31 the score. Good basketball team we're playing here. There's good defense there by the Wildcats. Number 15 wants to shoot, will not. Backs it up. They thought about shooting a 3. 5-second count is on. Ray staying on defense. They work the ball in. They'll drive the paint. Shot is up, and it's no good. Shamar Green on the rebound to Ray. Wildcats down 10, 5:14 to play, third quarter. Ray with it across the way to Garrett Giles. The Wildcats lob it into Charlie, and he didn't push off. I think the other guy fouled him. That'll be the third team foul called against University School. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Garrett Giles will work the ball in. Ethan James is back in. He kind of sparked him in the first half. For a while, the Wildcats got back into it with their defense. Ray's got it. Top of the circle. Ray left side. Charlie for 3. Boy, they need it. No good. Rebound. Big hustle play by Ray. Saved by Shamar. He can't quite reach it. Good hustle, though. Wildcats watch Harris sides bring the ball down the floor. They set for a 3. It's good. 13-point advantage. Wildcats trailing. Ridge not able to hit shots here as the ball's worked down to Charlie. Left side, boy, they need this 3. Oh, that 3 is blocked. Ethan James had his shot blocked by number 2 for them. Patrick Wiley-Patton. Coach Green will call a timeout. Wildcats down 13, 44-31 the score. We'll take a break. We'll be back to Gulf Breeze High School in 60 seconds. Back here at Gulf Breeze High School, the Wildcats got to get rolling offensively. Ray's going to drive in, get a layup. Good. Wildcats score. Got to get some stops now on defense. They set a trap on sides. He works the ball across the way. It's a good, well-coached basketball team. They do a lot of things well. They shoot the ball well. They set up defensively. They get back on defense. Their press is very good. It's a really good basketball team the Wildcats are facing today here in Florida. Their basketball, number 2 drives in against Charlie, shoots up, no good. Boy, they need this board. They've got it. Ray with the basketball down the floor, down by 11. Ray lost the dribble, grabs it on the floor, picked up, dribbles in, stops, gives it out to Giles Garrett, and a foul is going to be called against Shamar Green. Boxing out for rebounding position. He kind of a little bit too aggressive, and that's his 3rd foul. 4 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, an 11-point lead for University School out of Baton Rouge. There's perspiration on the floor. I want to remind everybody the girls' game will follow. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Wiping up the sweat off the floor. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, Tim Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, Summit Medical Group, Bob's Wash and Fold Laundry, the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Fox Insurance Group are our sponsors for basketball on the radio this year. Appreciate them, and we'll be probably needing some support from the community later on when the tournaments roll around as they prepare to work the ball in. 5-second count is on. They do get it in. And here comes Harris Sides down the floor, coast to coast. Wanted to shoot. Does. Off balance shot. He is good. That kid can play some basketball. Wildcats down by 13 again. Cooper down the floor. Gives it off to Ethan James. Ethan drives the paint. Ray with it. And another charge is called. Going to be called against Ethan James as, like I said, this is a well-coached team, University. And that is going to be a offensive player control foul, boxing out. They had tried to get the ball to Garrett in the corner. 46-33, the Wildcats trailing. University School with the basketball underneath the goal. Wildcats and Cubs played a very ferocious, tenacious first quarter. Wildcats in the second and third have struggled a bit offensively as they bring the ball down the floor. They substituted 5 new in the game. It's a really good basketball team. I don't know if I can emphasize that. It's a collision between players. Kimmy's back in the ball game. Kimmy kicks the ball left side. 3:25 to play. That's too easy right there. He almost walked. Shot is up, no good. No rebounding. Now Cooper's got it for a moment. Ripped right out of his hands, and Shamar blocks it. And we're going to have another foul against Oak Ridge. 3:15 to play, 3rd quarter. They'll shoot free throws. At the line will go Jerome Watkins. Personal foul called against Cooper Williams. That is his 3rd personal foul. 3:15 to play. Once again, a shout out to our students at Oak Ridge High School watching. I guess not a lot of teaching going on here. Principals in the house here at Gulf Breeze. We appreciate teachers allowing them to watch the ball game today. Back to the free throw line once again. We'll go Watkins. Toss. No good. Missed him. Shamar on the rebound. The Wildcats down by 13. Got to start getting stops and got to start scoring some points. Got to get Cooper involved. He has 1 point in the game. Ray with the basketball around a double screen. Finds Garrett free. Garrett will not be able to shoot. They just play good, solid defense, this team. Oak Ridge with a little motion now. Ray starts it in motion. Good defense there by Kimmy. Back to Ray. Ray center steps. Shoots a 3. No good. Rebound to the Cubs. Wildcats can't buy a bucket here. Down the floor will come Kimmy. Kimmy's going to drive in, and he's going to be fouled by Shamar Green. 2:41 to play, 3rd quarter, 46-33. Shots not falling for the Wildcats. Yesterday, the Lady Wildcats struggled offensively. They won their ball game 50-42. They'll play Huntsville, Alabama immediately following this game. As they go to the free throw line, I'm the only one talking. Toss is up and good. 14-point lead now, 47-33, 2:41 to play in the 3rd period. From Gulf Breeze. Wildcats offense is kind of sputtered here in the 3rd quarter. Tosses up, good. 15-point lead. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Ray's on the floor. And a timeout, I think, is called by Coach Green. Why don't we take it ourselves? We'll send it to Brian back at the station. 48-33, University School on top of the Wildcats. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School, home of the Dolphins, it says across the way. We appreciate all the kind people that we have encountered here in Pensacola, Florida, in our short road trip to the beach, but it has been a lot of fun. We look forward to heading back to Oak Ridge, and the next ball game for the Wildcats won't be until December the 9th, and that'll be a home ball game, and the Wildcats take on the Clinton Dragons for the only time this year, and that'll be at the Wildcat Arena, not a region ball game, and only the time we'll play them this year. They canceled our game with them last year at Oak Ridge, so we're not going to give them an opportunity to have 2-1. So we're playing them one time. That's December the 9th. Oak Ridge ball down by 15. Got to get some offense going. Garrett Giles lobs it in to Shamar. Turns, spins, kicks it out, and throws the ball away. They say it was deflected. I saw nobody touch that ball. Wildcats got a break there. Ray with the basketball, dribbling out high. 5-second count is on. Don't have a lot of time to dribble here as Ray's going to try to penetrate as he makes his move. Foul's going to be called on the floor. 2:13 to play. I think right now they're just trying to make Ray create some, try to get some other players open. Ray was fouled. That's the 5th team foul called against University School, and Raekwon Watson will go to the free throw line. How many does Ray have in the ball game? to the free throw line. He'll go 2 times. Toss on his way. Good. Wildcats currently playing with Ethan James, Shamar Green, Raekwon Watson, along with Garrett Giles and Cooper Williams. 14-point lead. Second toss. 13-point lead. Wildcats need stops on defense. Here they come racing down the floor. Number 11 almost turned the ball over. They trap him. He works out of the trouble and slings the ball to the corner. Number 5 with it. Stripped of the ball almost by Ethan James. Saved on the floor. 2 minutes to play third quarter. Wildcats trailing 48-35. Little motion in their offense here as Kimmy drives in. Left elbow shot. No good. Cooper Williams on the rebound. Here is when the comeback begins. Here comes Ray down the floor. Ray to Cooper. Dribbles left. Finds Ethan James free. Back to Ray. Boy, they need a 3. Garrett's wide open on the right wing. Got to give it to him. He's going to drive in. Shot no good. Shamar back up. Good. Shamar the putback bucket. And the Wildcats trail by 11. 48-37 the score. Wildcat press. Here comes deflected. Pass. Deflect. Oh, nice play. And stolen away by Cooper. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Cooper. Shamar. Layup. Good. Count it. And he's fouled. Kind of a split-second decision there. Could have gone either way. He had his body turned just a bit, but they do indeed call the block, and Shamar Green will go to the free throw line. Wildcats trailing 48-39. More perspiration being wiped up. Stay tuned with us. As I mentioned, the Lady Wildcats are in action coming up against Huntsville, Alabama. Lady Wildcats are 2-0 on the year with a victory over Lebanon and Vicksburg yesterday. Wildcats didn't shoot the ball incredibly well yesterday, but they won. That's all that matters. The guys blew out Vicksburg in their ball game yesterday, and right now trying to just creep back into it. As Shamar goes to the free throw line, 48-39 the score. The Wildcats trailing, trying to make it an 8-point game. Shamar Green will have an opportunity at the line. His toss is on its way. Good. Wildcats trail by 8, 48-40. 1:16 to play. Need a couple more stops here in the third quarter, and then hopefully they can overcome in the fourth. Run FM 92.7, FM 94.7. PrepRadio.com. We're streaming the game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Little bookkeeping work taken care of at the scorers table. It'll be their basketball, and the Wildcats will press. Trying to get the ball in. Harris Heisey throws it away. Ball was not touched at all. Good call by the officials, so the Wildcats will get it underneath the goal with a little run in them here. 48-40 the score. Garrett Giles will work the ball in. 48-40, the ball's worked into Raekwon. Ray with the basketball. Backs up. Wildcats setting it up. Here goes Ethan James to Cooper. Cooper on the baseline. Dribbles, drives, shot blocked, but he's fouled. Another foul will send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. Could have very easily called a jump there. 1:05 to play, and Cooper Williams will go to the free throw line. 48-40 the score. Cooper will go to the charity stripe. He'll have 2 shots. Foul was called on number 23. Cooper's free throw is good. 7-point lead. Coming back into it here, 48-41. He can cut it to a 2-possession ball game here. 1:05 to play third quarter, 48-41 the score. Cooper's toss, good. Wildcats trail 48-42. Press is working, almost a steal there. Here's Ray, deflects it. Saved by number 24. He drives in, shot no good. What's the call? The trailer, I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but a foul's going to be called against the Wildcats. It's going to go against Cooper, his 4th. And at the line, 2 times, will go Nicholas Popov. Free throw up, rattles in good. Not sure on the pronunciation. I apologize to his family. Popov is his name. 7-point game, 49-42 the score. The Wildcats trailing, 58.8 seconds to play. Second toss, no good. Shamar on the rebound. The Wildcats down 7 with the ball. Ray breaks the press. Ray waits. Charlie Taubenheim's back in the ball game. Garrett's on the wing. Ray with the basketball. 47 seconds to play. The Wildcats reset. Wildcats wanted to fire it inside. Shamar into Charlie. Spinning shot, no good. Rebound, Shamar had it, knocked out by the Cubs. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 37.1 second to play third quarter. 49-42. The Wildcats down by 7. We're down by 16, I believe, earlier. As the Wildcats have an opportunity with the ball underneath the goal. Ray to try to work it in, and it comes to Shamar. Turning, spinning, driving, missed it. Had a good look at it, just couldn't get it to go. Down the floor will come the University School Cubs. 27 seconds to play. The Wildcats watching Harris Sides work the ball to the baseline. Wildcats can use a steal. They get the ball to Kimmy. He walks, stepped on the baseline. Wildcats get it on their turnover. Thought he walked, but he actually stepped on the baseline, according to the official. 20 seconds to play. Third quarter, 49-42. The Wildcats need to score on this possession. Here it comes to Ray. Ray dribbles the ball, yet to get it across the line. Here's Garrett Giles. Garrett with 14 seconds to play at the midcourt circle in a 7-point game. 49-42 the score. Giles with the basketball. 7 seconds. Shamar with it. Ray with it. Inside to Garrett. Turns, spins. He lost the ball. Got hammered. No call. Bodies on the floor. And that one official absolutely has called absolutely nothing. And the quarter comes to a close with the Wildcats trailing 49-42. Coach Green and the officials all upset. Conversation. There was so much contact there. He has absolutely called nothing. Third quarter comes to a close. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian at the station. 49-42 the score. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
You're bad.
Jumped on his back.
You're bad.
I don't know what else he's done to get a foul there. I mean, he just jumped on top of him.
You got that right. I'm flat.
Welcome back once again to Baton Rouge. David Clary, Titus Fetters, Caleb Riker. The Wildcats down 7. Fourth and final quarter underway. The Wildcats, Ethan James with it to Ray. Trapped in front of his own bench. Backs up to the midcourt line. Stops, needs help. Gives it off to Shamar. Pie back to Ray. Ray double team. Trapped in the corner and gets out of it and lost it. Might have walked. Here comes Ethan James. Charlie Taubenheim for 3. No good. Rebound to Shamar. What are they going to call? The better official, the official closest to us, is absolutely terrible. And that'll be a foul called against University School. It's a fight here. 49-42 the score. The Wildcats down by 7. What a game we've seen here. A lot of perspiration. Now the official is doing the mop-up work. They need to have some ball boys. Titus, we have another job for you. You can wipe up the perspiration. No, I don't think so. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. The Wildcats down 7. 7:34 to play in the ball game. Ray to work the ball in eventually. Does finally into Charlie Taubenheim. Back to Ray in the corner. Had Charlie early, couldn't get the ball to him. Backs it over. Round to Garrett, Ethan James. Ethan drives in. What a move! Shot, no good. Just couldn't finish the shot. Good move there. Down the floor with the basketball will come University. Wildcats got to get some stops here. They're down by 7. 7:15 to play. University School with the basketball. Dribbling out to the top. They back it up once again. 49-42 the score. A 7-point game. Working time off the clock. Oh boy, here's Harris Sides again. He missed one. Good rebound, Garrett Giles. Wildcats need points. Garrett down the floor for the Wildcats. Dribbling outside, thought about a three. Charlie will shoot it. Good! 3-point shot, Charlie Taubenheim, and the Wildcats trail by 4. 49-45. 6 minutes, 43 seconds to play. Big shot there by Charlie. Number 11 with the basketball. Brings the ball across the midcourt line. Bounce pass left side. They go out to number 15. Holding the ball top of the circle. Around the wing it goes. Working hard against Oak Ridge's defense. Harris Sides with the basketball. He lost the ball. Garrett's got it. Garrett Giles driving coast to coast. All the way to the hole. Good! It's a 2-point game. 49-47. And the Oak Ridge crowd going nuts here in Pensacola. 49-47 the score. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At the conclusion of this game, please remain in the stands for a brief award ceremony honoring the coaches, the teams, and the all-event players selected by the Innisfree Hotel All-Event Nominating Committee. Also, good day, last day here. Buy you some swag. We got sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, all kinds of good stuff. Stocking caps, you're going to need those eventually. And don't forget the concession stand. Please support the concession stand. Cold drinks, chips, candy bars, whatever, supporting Oak Ridge High School athletics. Thank you.
Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School. The Wildcats have come all the way back. I believe it was 15 or 16 points. They trail only by 2 now, 49-47, 6:17 to play in the ball game here at Gulf Breeze High School in Pensacola, Florida. Their basketball. Moving left to right if you're listening to us on FM 92.7. 2-point lead, 49-47 the score. With the basketball, number 11, that's Watkins. Watkins dribbles left, gives it over to Kimmy. Kimmy guarded there, works the ball in, turns, spins, drives, shoots, scores. He's an athlete. Wildcats down 4. The inbounds almost stolen away by Sides, taken away by Ray. Left side, Garrett Giles. Giles drives the baseline, throws the ball away. Turned over, the Wildcats down by 4. They have a run out. Good, 6-point game. Wildcat basketball, got to get back to playing good solid ball. Here's the Wildcats working across to Garrett Giles in the corner. And the Shamar shot is blocked. Wow. All of a sudden, they're back up by 6, 53-47. The Wildcats back on defense here. University School with the basketball. 5:26 to play. They work the ball to Kimmy, lost the ball. They pull up in 3. Wow. Just like that, we'd cut it to 2, but they have come out of the break. It's up to 9. Here comes Garrett Giles with the basketball, and Giles is fouled by Kimmy. That'll be the first foul called against them. They have made some plays. The Wildcats haven't made the plays here in the first few moments. 5:13 to play in the game, 56-47. Wildcats had cut it to 2, but now it's back up to 9. Wildcats got to be careful with the ball as Oak Ridge works their offense for Raekwon Watson. Not a lot of time left, only 5 minutes. Shamar with the basketball to Ray. Wanted to take his man to the hole. Garrett's got a 3. Boy, they need it. Good. 3-point shot, Garrett Giles, and Coach Green calls a timeout. Wildcats down 56-50. Our next broadcast will be immediately following this game when the Lady Wildcats are taking on Huntsville, Alabama. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that. And then our next ball game will be Friday night. The Wildcat football team in the state semifinals. Final four in the state, taking on the undefeated Smoky Bears of Sevier County High School. And the Wildcats could use your support at Blankenship Field on Friday. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff. It'll be on TV. We'll have our stream, but they need your support at Blankenship Field. Our home crowds for the playoffs have not been good at all, honestly. And, this is a team that's in the Final Four of the state. They're one win away from a state championship ball game. So they could use your support this coming Friday night at Blankenship Field. And then our next game of basketball after the girls' game today, as I mentioned, will be December the 9th. That'll be at the Wildcat Arena against the Clinton Dragons and Lady Dragons. Got a 6-point lead with 4:58 to play in the basketball game from Gulf Breeze High School. My name is David Clary, along with Titus Fetters and Caleb Riker. Brian Bennett back at the studios of WIJV. 56-50 the score, 4:58 to play. The Wildcats need some stops on defense. Little spurt to start the fourth quarter. Actually, the Wildcats had cut the gap to 2, have made it a little tougher a task for the Wildcats as the Cubs have the ball for momentarily. They work the ball outside the line. Wildcats nearly a steal. Ball's loose on the floor. They pick it up. They work the ball inside. He goes in for the shot. For that, it's a foul on the floor. And Shamar takes a nasty tumble down to the ground. Let's hope he's okay. Here comes the mop. Shamar is going to have to limp off a little bit. Kind of banged his hip hard, holding his kind of right leg. Here comes Cooper back in the ball game. 4:36 to play in the game. University School basketball underneath the goal. Wildcats currently playing with Ethan James, Garrett Giles, Raekwon Watson, Charlie Taubenheim in the ball game, along with Cooper Williams. We'll have stats at the end of the ball game. I hope you'll stay tuned for that. University School ball. They work the ball left corner. Harris Sides, guarded by Ethan James. 4:33 to play. Wildcats need some stops here. Down by 6. 56-50 the score. University School dribbling in. Hop step. Harris Sides can't get a shot off. He drives the paint. Wanted to shoot. Backs it up to Kimmy. Kimmy drives in. Baseline. Oh, shot is short. Rebound to the Wildcats. Oak Ridge will get it. 4:13 to play in the ball game. Wildcat ball. Down by 6. 56-50. They don't need to hit threes here. They just need to get some solid, good shots here and can hope the defense can get some more stops. Ethan James will work it into Garrett Giles. Back to Ethan. He's going to bring the ball to the midcourt line. Stops. Back to Giles it goes. Still across the line now. He drives in. Works the ball to Ethan. He's going to drive in to the right side. The ball lost out of his hands. The Cubs have it. Cooper needed to be a little bit more aggressive to reach down and get the ball as Ethan had it stripped away from him. They have the basketball. Wildcats, an opportunity there. Goes by the boards. Here's Harris Sides with the basketball. 3:47 to play. Cooper knocks it out. It'll be their basketball side front court. 3:44 to play in the game. 56-50. The Wildcats down by 6. Girls game will follow as they'll work the ball in. Yet to do so. 5-second count is on. Harris Sides with the basketball. He dribbles in, works the ball top of the circle. Number 11 with the basketball. He drives in, backs it up, shoots a 3. No good. Not a good shot selection there by the University School. The Wildcats with 3.5 minutes to play have the ball. Ray down the floor. He's stripped of the ball. Good defense by University School. They'll drive in. Harris Sides, floater good. I don't know what the turnover number is. The Wildcats have had a ton. 58-50 is the score. Timeout. University School will take it with them. We'll send it back to Brian at the station. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School, Pensacola, Florida. Wildcats trailing 58-50. The boys' game will follow. We'll hope you'll stay tuned. Or girls' game will follow. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. Lady Wildcats taking on Huntsville, Alabama. Wildcats are in a mess, down 8 points with 3:19 to play. We saw a flurry to get them back close to the end of the ball game. Wildcats need one of those. Some turnovers by the University School and some quick points by the Wildcats. 3:19 to play. Wildcats playing with Charlie Taubenheim, Garrett Giles, Cooper Williams. Garrett with the basketball. Wildcats don't have much time to waste. 3:17 to play in the ball game, down 8. 58-50 the score. Ray brings the ball across the line. Got to score quickly. Ray is then fouled. Second team foul, actually the third team foul called against University School. And Oak Ridge will get the basketball side of their bench. Garrett Giles will work the ball in. Got to guard the possession. Cooper that lost the ball. Dunk. Two-hand stuff. Got to have a little bit more a sense of where your opponent is as Charlie backs it up, down by 10 with the basketball. Ray. 2:53 to play. Ray outside the line to Garrett Giles. They need a three. Coopers gets it inside and he's fouled by Kimmy. The University fans don't like that call. 10-point game, 2:47 to play. Wildcats down by 10. You know, just way too many turnovers. It's only the fourth foul called against our friends from Louisiana. It'll be Oak Ridge ball underneath the goal. 2:47 to play, a 10-point advantage. Now the official comes over to the scorer's table, to the scorekeeper. Not exactly sure what the conversation is, and he kind of shoos the coach of University School away from the table. Now the other official comes over to confer on what the issue is, and they're going to, let's see, put some time on the clock, maybe 2:47 to play in the game. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, 10-point game, 2:47 to play. Ray's going to try to work the ball in. The Wildcats need points quickly as the Wildcats working into Garrett Giles. Garrett throws the ball, intending it for the Cubs. It's knocked out by them. Wildcats almost turned the ball over again. 10-point game, 60-50 the score. It'll be Oak Ridge ball. Garrett Giles will work the ball in along the baseline. Wildcats need points quickly. Wildcats working into Ray, and then the Wildcats turn it over. It's been a battle of turnovers here. The Wildcats have a ton of those. I know Miss Green back at home will probably have to work overtime keeping up with the turnovers in this ball game. 60-50 the score. Their basketball, 2:25 to play in the game. He's holding the ball forever. 5-second count was on, but not initiated. There's an elbow not called. Wildcats working hard, and then a timeout is asked for by University School. Wildcats, Caleb, just too many turnovers in this ball game. It was a hard-fought ball game. Wildcats had a little struggle in the second quarter, fell behind. Wildcats made a fast and furious comeback, but turnovers have hurt them really badly, and they haven't been able to overcome them, and they've built up the lead back to 10.
Yeah, I think it all goes back to the start of this half where we started out really slow, and they just came out, it seemed like, on fire. We couldn't get any shots. I think the lead got up to 15 for them. I mean, we've clawed our way back. We cut it down to 2 points, but turnovers killing us. I mean, I'm just kind of mirroring you here, but that's exactly what's happened. I mean, I don't know what else to say. They're a really good basketball team, and they have a lot of depth. We just need to lock in and focus up here in this last 2 minutes and try and cut the lead back down. Maybe get a couple of threes, see what happens.
2:14 to play, 10-point game. Their basketball, the Wildcats, have basically played with only 6 players today as they'll try to work the ball in. Cooper trying to front the guy, and they have to get it all in. Now they finally do. The ball is deflected, and then Ray's going to be called for a foul. 2:12 to play in the ball game, 60-50 the score. That is the second team foul called against the Wildcats, so not a shooting violation as of yet. Girls game will follow. Stay tuned for that. Huntsville, Alabama, the Lady Wildcats opponent. as they're wiping up perspiration. There's more perspiration on this floor than any gym I think I've ever seen. If there's one little drip, they'll come out and mop it up.
Well, before the game, I was talking to Garrett. He said this is on par with the Bahamas court he said that they played on. It's very slick and doesn't have much grip on it. So any extra that's making it a little bit more slippery, yeah, I'd probably want to get that cleaned up off the floor too.
A little bit of investigative work there, Caleb. Thank you. 2:10 to play. Their basketball. Wildcats, let's see if they try to foul. They are. That'll be the third team foul caught against Oak Ridge. And they're going to call it on Raekwon, I believe. And that'll be his second. Cooper's playing with 4. Garrett's got at least 3. Charlie Taubenheim's in the ball game. Ethan James in the game. 2:07 to play in the game. 10-point lead. And their basketball once again. Side of the scores table. Side of the University Cubs bench. Cooper fronting the inbounder. Yet to get it in. And now they do finally. The Wildcats pick up their 4th team foul. Just a few seconds tick off the clock. 2:05 to play. Too many turnovers in the ball game. I've said that a lot in this one, but all the credit in the world goes to the University School. They have been aggressive on defense. They have been opportunistic. They have taken advantage of the Wildcats' mistakes as Charlie tries to commit a foul there. And then whistle does finally blow, and the FAR official, who has not been the best in this one, calls that foul. And that'll be the 5th team foul called against Oak Ridge, and to the free throw line will go number 24 for them. And that'll be a good free throw shooter, at least in the early part of the game. His toss is up, hits the rim, and drops in good. 11-point game. 1:54 to play. So Wildcats looking at their first defeat of the year, taking on a team from Louisiana. And like we said, state championships are not won in November. It's where you find out who you are and what you need to work on. Wildcats down 12 after cutting it to 2 at one point. It's been a back and forth affair. The Wildcats down 62-50. Oak Ridge ball. Charlie Taubenheim for 3. That's short. Rebound to Kimmy. Minute 40 to play in the ball game. Kimmy allowed to go coast to coast. Finger rolls it up there and good. Was able to drive the full length of the floor. The Wildcats didn't slow him down. 90 seconds to play. 14-point game again. Wildcats have no time. They just got to score. Here comes Oak Ridge's Ethan James into Cooper. Couldn't catch it cleanly and lost it. Taken away by University School. See if they continue to fight or shoot. Wildcats, I don't think, will foul. Minute 12 to play in the ball game. 64-50 to score. No need to foul here, and probably University School will probably only take a layup. They probably will just be content to come away with a victory here. 1 minute to go in the ball game. 64-50 to score. Now Popoff is going to drive in, and it touched the charge. And I believe Coach Spencer just told him, we are running clock. We are not trying to score here. And that gives the Wildcats the ball down by 14. 53.6. Caleb mentioned this. We had cut the lead to 2 at one point, but then immediately gave up boom points, and it was back up to 7 or 9 really quickly, and the Wildcats haven't been able to recover since that time. Oak Ridge ball. The Wildcats turn the ball over again. And we're going to get an opportunity. Oh, Ethan James with a nice play. Stopped the layup, might have stopped the dunk, and then knocked the ball off the body of University School. Ethan James, another hustle play for him. I like the way he plays. He's only a sophomore, but he plays hard.
Yes, he does, and he's always played like that from what I've seen. I mean, I've not played with him, but I've seen him play since I think I was in middle school. He's always been a really good basketball player. Really happy to see him come out as a sophomore and contribute to the team.
Going to have a foul called against University School. That'll be the 16th foul. Garrett Giles will go to the free throw line. I think I'm correct in saying this. Yesterday, I think Cooper had 21 points. Today, I believe he only has 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he only has 1. He might have gotten a layup maybe in there somewhere, but he's been almost a non-factor in this game.
Free throw missed by Garrett Giles. Garrett's low point totals as well. All the credit in the world goes to the University School. I mean, Wildcats didn't play their best ball offensively, but University, they play some really, really good defense. Free throw is good by Garrett Giles. 64-51 the score. Down to 20 seconds to play in the ball game. So the Wildcats will fall to 2-1 on the year, and their next ball game will be December the 9th against Clinton at the Wildcat Arena in a non-region ball game. So a lot of time to work on the things that didn't go too well for the Wildcats. A lot of days between now and that Clinton ball game. Final score of the ball game, the Wildcats are defeated 64-51. And now we're about to have a awards presentation down on the floor. And on the radio, I'm going to take a break here, and we'll get the final scoring in a bit. Don't take that score off soon enough without writing it down. 64-51 the final score. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett on the radio, and we'll be back in 3 minutes. Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School. The Wildcats being presented out on the floor. They're about to have the all-event team selected from the Oak Ridge team as we're broadcasting on the radio here on FM 92.7. Raekwon Watson is selected. Garrett Giles is selected as well. And Cooper Williams, the other all-event team. But Wildcats are defeated by a score of 64-51. They're having a group picture taken out on the floor. We're just moments away from the start of the girls' game. The Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats taking on the Huntsville Lady Panthers, as the Wildcats have been defeated by a final score of 64-51. and Lady Wildcats are about to come on the floor. I need to take another break. We're live here at Gulf Breeze High School, home of the Dolphins. It's Oak Ridge taking on Huntsville, and we will be back to Gulf Breeze High School following this 3-minute timeout. Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School, home of the Dolphins. As I look across the way there, the Lady Wildcats of Oak Ridge taking on the Lady Panthers of Huntsville, Alabama. Coming up here in a few short moments, Oak Ridge comes into this game with a record of 2-0. We just saw the guys get defeated 64-51. That was the final score. We'll talk to Coach Aaron Green when we get an opportunity. I know they want to get on the road and head back to Tennessee. I don't know if they'll stay much longer for the girls' game, but the girls are warming up to our right. Caleb's still working on the final scoring for the Wildcats in the ball game. I think one of the stats that I've said over and over and over today is the turnovers, and I'm not exactly sure how many they had, but they had a lot. And the Wildcats didn't really hit shots, and just in some ways, I can't say their energy was bad, but they got out-hustled several times by a very, very good university school team. That was a really good basketball team we played today. The Wildcats could have had a better effort, I guess, but, like I said over and over and over, you don't win titles in November. You get better in November, and the next time the Wildcats play will be all the way in December the 9th. So they've got a big break between this ball game and their next game, and a lot of time to work on the mistakes they made today. Caleb, have you finished the scoring? Why don't you run that down?
All righty, David. Yeah, the Oak Ridge Wildcats have lost in Pensacola, Florida this morning with a score of 64-51. Our leading scorer, Garrett Giles, had 16 points. Runner-up, Shamar Green. Raekwon Watson with 8. Ethan James with 7. Charlie Tomenheim with 6. And Cooper Williams with just 3 points here.
And right there, tells you a lot. The Wildcat had 21 points yesterday and only 3 points. I'm not putting it on Cooper for sure. It looked like he might have twisted his ankle a little bit down there as well, but not putting it on him. But Wildcats have got to get more production out of certain guys, and they all had their share of turnovers. I think the guy that I really enjoyed watching the most today in this game was Ethan James, though. His hustle, he had some opportunities, made some points for the Wildcats, made some mistakes too, but I really liked his energy throughout the whole course of the game.
Yeah, I did too. It's a really big factor whenever you can have a guy that's going to hustle out there, get steals, dive for basketballs. I saw a bunch of people actually doing that at some points in the game. Not there at the end as much. I mean, we were down a decent amount, but I still saw some guys like Ethan James going out there and going after those loose balls. It is really, really important to see that, especially at the end of the game where we are down a certain amount of points. But keeping that hustle is going to be really important throughout the season.
You're going to have to change that to Huntsville really quick on the scoreboard. We're about 3.5 minutes away from this tip-off of the girls' game, the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Panthers, here from Pensacola, Florida on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. We're also streaming this game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We'll take a break. We'll send it off to Brian Bennett back at the station. We'll come back. Lady Wildcat basketball coming up in 3 minutes. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
o'clock game featuring Huntsville High School from the great state of Alabama and Oak Ridge High School from the great state of Tennessee. And now the starting lineup.
Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School, getting set for our second ball game of the day. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Panthers of Huntsville High School. Appreciate you watching our broadcast. I know Oak Ridge fans disappointed on that boys game. The Wildcats, so I keep saying over and over and over, one game doesn't mean the season's over. You lost a ball game in November before Thanksgiving. Wildcat coach Aaron Green, obviously a long conversation with his guys, did not emerge from the dressing room, and he's probably going over moment by moment, play by play of exactly what happened and transpired in the games and the things the Wildcats will need to work on as they get ready for the rest of the season, which begins for them on the 9th of December against the Clinton Dragons. The Wildcat boys will be headed to Nashville for a tournament at Christmas time immediately after. They'll play Rossview, which is a really good team out of Clarksville. They'll take on Stewart's Creek, while the Lady Wildcats will go to Greenville, Tennessee, to take on, a field of about 35 teams, and they'll open with Cocke County in their tournament there. As the two teams are out on the floor, Oak Ridge is wearing their all-white jerseys with cardinal numerals. Huntsville primarily in blue, various colors of blue, a dark blue, a light blue with white trim. Jenna Johnson for Oak Ridge will jump things off for the Wildcats, and we were about to get set with high school basketball here from Pensacola, Florida. The two teams are ready. The official steps in, and we have basketball for you here as the ball is controlled by Jenna, but Ayana can't control it. She smacked it so hard, the ball went out of bounds. It'll be Huntsville basketball side midcourt. Oak Ridge comes out with Jenna Johnson along with, Ayana Porter. Wildcats also have Evelyn Eubanks in the ball game. Lindsay Cleveland is in the ball game as they work the ball in. It's immediately a near steal. It's going to be a travel against whom? It's going to be their basketball side court. The Wildcats got one other starter. As I'm looking who else is starting. It's going to be Pippin starting the ball game as the ball is worked in. Huntsville with the basketball, top of the key. They work the ball around the left side. The Wildcats in a 0-0 ball game. Ayana Porter guarding hard as they work the ball to the baseline. Block shot by Evelyn. Evelyn had 3 blocks yesterday. Here comes Jenna going coast to coast with it. Pulls up and shoots good. Jenna Johnson scores the first 2 points of the game, and Oak Ridge leads it by a score of 2-0. Down the floor, and nearly a steal there. Here comes Huntsville. They lob the ball to the left side. They get a shot from inside the arc. Shot is no good. Rebounded to Oak Ridge. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. With a rebound will come Pippins. They work the ball out to Ayana Porter. Ayana dribbles to her right, stops, gives it out high to Lindsay Cleveland driving in. Back to the top to Pippins, who drives right side up, off the glass, good. Pippin scores, and Oak Ridge leads 4-0. 7 minutes to play, and down the floor will come the Lady Panthers of Huntsville, Alabama. I haven't been able to get their names in yet as Oak Ridge is putting pressure in the rear court. With the basketball will come Shea with the basketball. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Lindsay Cleveland gives it up to Pippins for the shot. No good. Jenna's got the rebound back up. She missed it. Jenna gets another rebound and backs it up. 6:37 to play, first quarter. Here comes Oak Ridge's Ayana Porter. Porter with the basketball. Works the ball in, penetrates, stops, waits, needs some help, gives it over to Janaea Pippins, who gives the ball right side for a three-point shot on its way up. No good. Rebounded by Lindsay Cleveland, or just missed by Lindsay Cleveland. Rebounded by the Lady Panthers. They'll bring the ball down the floor. With the basketball, Abby Johnson. She's a senior. Works the ball to her left. Over it goes to Shea. Shea backs it up once again. Johnson swings the ball to the corner to number 1, Zoe. She works the ball top of the circle. 4-0 Oak Ridge. We played 2 minutes. They drive in. Block shot by Jenna. Jenna Johnson coming back the other way. She's going coast to coast with it. Jenna to the hole. Good. 6-0 Oak Ridge, and Huntsville will call a timeout. 5:50 to play. First quarter. 6-0 Oak Ridge. We'll send it back to the station. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 6-0 Oak Ridge. We are back here at Gulf Breeze High School on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on FM 92.7. 6-0 Oak Ridge. The Lady Panthers with the basketball. Block shot by Evelyn, another one. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Ayana Porter dribbles right, stops, gives it off in the corner to Lindsay Cleveland. Back to Jenna. Jenna at the free throw line, back to the goal, gives it over to Pippins, swings the ball to Ayana. Ayana can't penetrate, now does, all the way to the hole. Her shot is blocked, and they call a foul on Huntsville, and Oak Ridge will go to the free throw line. Ayana Porter, senior point guard for the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge also has, Evelyn Eubanks in the ballgame, Jenna Johnson, Janaea Pippins, and Lindsay Cleveland. 5:23 to play first quarter. 6-0 is our score. Free throw on its way up. No good. She'll have another one as she was fouled in the act of shooting. Ayana back to the free throw line. Second toss up. Good. 7-0 Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats trying to go 3-0 on the year, facing Huntsville. They'll face Oak Ridge's press in the rear court. Down the floor with it, they'll get the ball across to the midcourt line. Off it goes Abby Johnson. She lost the ball. Oak Ridge then steals it, and then they call a travel, I believe, on Ayana Porter as she tried to accelerate. Might have taken an extra step, and it'll be their basketball underneath the goal. 5:13 to play first quarter, 7-0. Oak Ridge on top, and Huntsville will work the ball in. This is Gardner. We're trying to work the ball in from the baseline. Looks and fires it up high. Pass intercepted easily by Lindsay Cleveland. She's going to go coast to coast with it all the way to the hole. No good. Rebound's going to be, is it a jump? Yeah, it's a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow should give Huntsville the ball because Oak Ridge won the toss. Unless I've missed something, I think it should be Huntsville's ball. And I think they're talking about it. It should be Huntsville's ball, and it is. They got together and got together with it because Oak Ridge Jenna knocked it out of bounds on the tip, and they're still having a conversation about it. I think it's Huntsville's ball, but we'll take it. As Oak Ridge will get the basketball. I think that's a mistake by the officials right there. As Jenna Johnson drives in for a layup, it's up and it's good. 9-0 to score. 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. So far, it's been all Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge's pressure defense causing all kinds of issues to the Lady Panthers of Huntsville. Outside it goes to Johnson, who works the ball left side. Backing it up around the perimeter. Huntsville sets up their offense. With it goes to Eleanor Shea. Shea dribbles in, works the ball to the right wing. Off it goes to Gardner. Gardner at the top of the circle, guarded by Lindsay Cleveland. She works the ball in, penetrating the free throw line area. Bounce pass out to the top. 4.5 minutes to play. First quarter, 9-0 Oak Ridge. They get a three off. It's on its way. That's no good. Out of bounds. Last touch by them as Abby Johnson missed the shot. That'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming back the other way. 4:22 to play first quarter. Guys lost their ball game today. I believe it was 64-51, the final score. The Wildcats had cut it to 2 late in the ball game, but were unable to sustain that drive as Jenna works the ball to Lindsay Cleveland. Around it goes to Pippins, around to Ayana, to Evelyn Eubanks, who got the start today. I think that might be her first start as a Lady Wildcat as they work the ball top of the circle into Jenna. Double team, no place to go except to Pippins for 3. No good. Rebound, Lindsay Cleveland. 9-0 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats, Ayana Porter for 3. No good. Evelyn deflects it back to Jenna. Wanted to go inside to Ayana, who shoots and scores. Ayana Porter gets the bucket in, and Oak Ridge leads 11-0. 3:41 to play as they bring the ball down the floor. That's Abby Johnson, swept to the ball by Lindsay Cleveland. Wildcats with another steal. Pippins at the free throw line. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay drives left, swings it off over to Ayana Porter, who drives the paint, kicks it into Jenna, swings it out to Pippins. Pippins for 3. Up, no good. Rebound, big battle for it. No foul. Coming out of there with the basketball will come Gardner. Gardner brings the ball down the floor with a pass to, I believe, number 23 for them, Shea. Shea in front of the Oak Ridge bench, sets it out once again to Gardner. Gardner at the midcourt circle, drives to the top of the circle, picked up by Lindsay Cleveland. Over it goes to Tron. She works the ball in front of the Oak Ridge bench. Evelyn Eubanks fronting her. 2:58 to play first quarter, 11-0 Oak Ridge. Their basketball. Nearly a walk there. Good defense by Oak Ridge. The Wildcats definitely have a height advantage, especially with Evelyn inside. They don't have anybody even close to Evelyn Eubanks, who stands at about 6'3". They get a 3 off. It's up, no good. Rebound tracked down by Pippins. And then foul's going to be called. I believe, against the Panthers, Lady Panthers. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. A little bit of a collision there. I think I would have let them go ahead and play there. But it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. The Wildcats get Pippins out of the game. Evelyn Eubanks checks out. The Wildcats will substitute Ulisha Mitchell into the ball game, along with one other Lady Wildcat. Let me see who that is. I believe that is Honesty Thompson. Our first look at her this year as the Wildcats working into Jenna. Around to Ayana Porter, who penetrates back to Jenna. Right corner for three. Good. Jenna Johnson all over the shot. And Oak Ridge leads it by a score of 14-0. Coach Green just came up here and said, we're on our way home, as the Wildcats got a steal, and then a foul is going to be called. 14-0 our score. Coach Green came up here and said, we are on our way back to Tennessee, so we won't get a chance to talk to him. I don't think he really wanted to talk about that much anyway. As the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor, here comes Ayana Porter with it. 14-0 Oak Ridge. We've played about 6 minutes. Huntsville yet to score. Porter with it out. Top of the circle. Has Honesty Thompson on the right wing. Has Ulisha Mitchell in the ball game. Jenna Johnson along with Lindsay Cleveland. Here's a backdoor play. Here's a shot off the glass. No good. Tipped and rebounded by Oak Ridge. That is Ayana Porter with it. She brings the ball back to the midcourt circle. Into Jenna at the free throw line. Stops. No place to go but back. Swings the ball around to the left wing. Off it goes to Mitchell. Ulisha works the ball to Ayana. Ayana for three on its way. No good. Rebound tracked down by the Huntsville team, and a foul called against Oak Ridge. That'll be their first team foul called. 1:27 to play. We're in the first quarter here from Gulf Breeze High School in Pensacola, Florida. Oak Ridge trying to go 3-0 on the year. They opened up with a victory over Lebanon last Tuesday at Smith County Middle School. Then they knocked off Vicksburg in a close one yesterday, and there's a walk. Travel called against Eleanor Shea. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side midcourt. 14-0 our score. Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge is pretty much done what they've needed to do here in the early going. Oak Ridge's height advantage is a big factor. Oak Ridge very quick on defense too, and that's caused Huntsville some issues here in the opening period. 1:17 to play. 14-0 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats have the basketball. Jenna drives in. Little three-footer. Good. Jenna Johnson scores yet another time, and it's 16-0 Oak Ridge. Here come the Lady Panthers down the floor. Exactly a minute to play now in the first quarter. As they're still in the rear court, 10-second count was on. They get the ball across the line, and then Wildcats, Lindsay Cleveland is going to be called for a personal foul. Might be a game, the way it's looking, we might get a lot of players into the contest as Oak Ridge leads it 16-0. 53.3 seconds to play in this first period here from Pensacola. We're on FM 92.7. Might have a running clock as they dribble the ball off their own foot out of bounds. We're out of Huntsville, Alabama. Talked to a few people from Huntsville yesterday. Really nice people we spoke to at the hotel. 16-0 our score. 42 seconds to play in the first quarter. Might get on the road a little quicker today with the running clock if this game continues to go in the direction that it's headed right now. 32 seconds to play. They have no answer for Jenna. She shoots and scores again and draws yet another foul. Jenna was frustrated yesterday, but got into foul trouble, ended up fouling out of the game. Didn't have a typical Jenna Johnson game, but she's having one so far. It's 18-0 right now.
She has 13 points so far in the first quarter.
And the senior will go to the free throw line. Good to have her healthy again after her ACL surgery. She missed that free throw, and then Huntsville pulls down the rebound. 25 seconds to play. Get an opportunity to score their first points as they'll set up their offense with 20 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Near foul, they work the ball inside. Shot is on its way, no good. Rebound, Lindsay Cleveland. Lindsay with 12. Lindsay with 10. Lobs it down the floor to Ayana. Ayana battles for it on the baseline. It's going to be a held ball situation. Huntsville will get it with 5.4 seconds to play. 18-0 is our score. And Huntsville will have that amount of time facing Oak Ridge's pressure. .4 seconds. Not sure why play was halted. Coach Taylor talking with the official across the way. I I'm looking up. There's some music playing that they don't want to play, and a younger person helps the older people out with the music. You never let an old person handle the music. 3 seconds to play. A near steal, and Huntsville's going to get a shot off. No good. The Wildcats have shut out the Panthers after 1 quarter. We go to the second quarter here at Gulf Breeze High School. Oak Ridge on top, 18-0. We'll be back to Florida in 60 seconds. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Gulf Breeze High School. Lady Wildcats will get Paige Lawing in the ball game for the first time. Evelyn Eubanks is in. I'm noticing, you just noticed it now, that Zayana Stewart is not dressed with the team across the bench. She kind of tweaked her knee a little bit yesterday. Hopefully that is not an issue with her as Oak Ridge sets up their offense, leading 18-0. Wildcats, Paige Lawing in the ballgame. Pippins and Mitchell, Evelyn Eubanks, and Honesty Thompson. Here's a long shot up, no good. Rebounded by Paige, and she backs it up once again. Fires the pass, that's taken away by the Lady Panthers. They'll bring the ball down the floor. They have yet to score. A shutout in the first quarter by the Lady Wildcat defense. Oak Ridge playing a lot of players. I think about everybody's going to get a chance to play as they work the ball right side. Tron, she works the ball outside the line. Abby Johnson works the ball left side. Over it goes. No good. Oak Ridge had it for a moment, then saved on the floor by Gardner. Gardner backs it up in the midcourt circle. Around to number 5 in the ball game. That's Penny in the ball game. She drives left, cut off there, and the Wildcats get a steal. Coming back the other way will come Janaea Pippins. She drives for the hole and missed it. Rebounded by Oak Ridge, right back up, good. Lady Wildcats score inside. I believe that was Honesty Thompson who scores the bucket, and Oak Ridge leads it 19-0, or maybe 20-0, I guess. What was the score at the quarter? As they bring the ball down, they get a 3 off. It's on its way. Good! 3-point shot by the senior, and Oak Ridge's lead on the scoreboard says 19-3. I think it's 20 as Oak Ridge works the ball to the left side. With it will come number 22, Pippins. Yeah, I know. I think the scoreboard is wrong. As the Wildcats work it out left side, here it goes once again. Basketball worked out to the top of the circle. Driving with it will come Ulisha Mitchell, and then she throws the ball into the stands. I don't guess it really matters at this point, but I believe the scoreboard is wrong.
I'm pretty sure we have 21 from what I've got on the stat sheet right now, but it's a not so close game, so it's okay right now.
Why don't you keep it the way we think it is on the scoreboard? Well, we'll check it at halftime. I'm sure the bookkeeper will do that. On the scoreboard, it says 19-3, 6:09 to play. Wasn't it 18-0 after 1 quarter, or was I wrong?
I thought it was 18-0 as well, but I looked up and it said 17. I guess they. I don't know, actually. I don't know what to say to that.
Maybe what happened was they credited somebody with a 3 initially and then a 2. As the Wildcats back on defense, playing a lot of different players in this one. 5:58 to play. We got a bunch of Falcon fans getting in front of us here as they work the dribble off to the right. As we hope to have some people sit down in front of the camera here. We apologize for that. As they work the dribble, top of the circle. They get a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Honesty Thompson with the basketball. Picks it up, that's a double dribble. Good call by the official. 5:36 to play, second quarter. Oak Ridge in the lead. The guys lost today 64-51. Fell behind by 15 or 16, closed the gap eventually to 2, but then lost it there at the end. And the Wildcats fall to 2-1 on the year. Some of the guys are still in attendance here. The principal of the high school is here. Some of the boys have headed on back to Oak Ridge. Their basketball. Holding it, Abby Johnson tried to get the ball, cannot do it. Wildcats almost another steal. Good play by Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats steal it with Ulisha Mitchell. She works the ball down the floor and waits. Gives it off to Evelyn Eubanks. Top of the key, Honesty Thompson for 3, no good. View rebounding position for Ulisha, back up with a shot, no good. And she will draw the foul. Paige Taylor is the head coach of the Lady Wildcats in her 10th season as the head coach. That's hard to believe. As Oak Ridge goes to the free throw line, it'll be the sophomore, Ulisha Mitchell, at the line. She'll have 2 shots. 19-3 the score. The first shot is up, and it's good. She'll have another one. Back to the line she goes. That was looks like the 3rd foul called against Abby Johnson. That toss is no good. Rebounded by the Lady Panthers, and they'll bring the ball down the floor wearing their all blue jerseys with a lighter blue colored numerals with white trim. Here's nearly another steal saved on the floor by Johnson. Johnson's still playing with 3 fouls. They've got a new girl in the ball game. That's number 11 for them. That's Porter, Rihanna Porter. She works the ball out to, they're going to call a little bump on Oak Ridge. And that's probably a good call as Ulisha Mitchell commits the personal foul. 4:46 to play, second quarter, 20-3, Oak Ridge in the lead. It'll be their basketball, side mid-court. They find an inbounder. He's just going to put the ball down on the floor. Now they're going to give it to Johnson, and they'll start play once again. 4:46 to play, first half. It's been all Oak Ridge to this point. 20-3, the Lady Wildcats in the lead. Around the left side it goes once again to Shea. Holds the ball, guarded by Ulisha Mitchell. Wildcats have Paige Long in the ball game. They get a shot up, good. They score off the glass, and it's 20-5. A 15-point lead for the Lady Wildcats, and down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Mitchell with it to Honesty Thompson. Out to the top it goes to Pippins, around to Mitchell. Pippins dribbles in, free throw line, stripped of the ball, about to be tied up. And they're going to call a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow should be their basketball coming back the other way. 4:14 to play, first half, 20-5 is our score. Lady Wildcats are going to bring a couple starters back in the ball game. Ayanna Porter and Lindsay Cleveland check back in. Jenna Johnson's in, so the Wildcats are going to bring their starters back into the ball game. 4:14 to play, second quarter, 20-5 is the score. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. The only non-starter in the ball game right now is, I believe, number 2, the freshman Bishop and Ulisha Mitchell. You're exactly right. As they have the basketball, number 23. Here it goes to Shea. Lady Wildcats have played a lot of players. Our first look at Bishop. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Here comes Bishop, coast to coast with it. Missed a shot. And then probably should have been a foul right there on Ulisha Mitchell.
That's Sakari Stewart.
That's what I thought. It looked like Sakari, but I was looking at my roster and I thought, I read it wrong. That's 2 and not 3. That's what happens when you get old, Caleb. Your eyesight's first thing to go. 20-5 the score. Lady Wildcats turned the ball over. Our first look at Sakari. I don't think she played in the first 2 ball games. And got a huge start her freshman year in the district tournament. I'll remember that. Had a good year last year as they worked the ball inside. Shot is on its way. Good. They've scored a couple points back-to-back. The Wildcats got to get their momentum back as Oak Ridge Lindsay Cleveland with it out to Ayanna Porter. Out to the top. Lindsay drives the baseline, swings it into Jenna. Won't take the shot, backs it off to Porter. Ayanna in the free throw line, shoots from there, no good. Wildcats were having a lot of success early on getting the ball into Jenna. Got away from that, started shooting perimeter jumpers, and let's see if the Huntsville Lady Panthers get back in the ball game. A lot of movement and a foul called against Oak Ridge. 3:07 to play first half, 20-7. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Earlier today, the boys were defeated 64-51. Final score. Some of the boys, most of the guys have headed out of the gym and headed back towards the cooler temperatures. A reminder, our football team in the semifinals in the state will take on Sevier County this coming Friday. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff from Blankenship Field in Oak Ridge. Final four in the state. Football team trying to get to another state championship game. First time in 4 years. Tosses up good. 20-8 the score. The Wildcat lead. Cut. Here comes Ayana Porter down the floor. Got to get the ball back into Jenna. That's where they were having their most success early on, as Sakari Stewart has the ball top of the circle. Jenna gets the ball at the free throw line. Back to Sakari. Thought about shooting a three. Will not. Backs it up once again. 2:51 to play. Bounce pass left side. Sakari to Ayana. Had Jenna. Finds her in the paint. Spins. Shoots. Missed the shot. A little time on the bench. The Wildcat have gone a little cold here, as down the floor will come Huntsville, Alabama. 20-8 the score, 2:35 to play, and the Lady Panthers will call a timeout. 2:34 to play, second quarter, live from Gulf Breeze High School. Appreciate you watching or listening to our broadcast, whatever you might be doing. We're on the internet at YouTube, on our Prep Radio channel. We're on FM 92.7. Appreciate all of our basketball sponsors this season. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, Tim Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, Summit Medical Group, Bob's Wash and Fold Laundry, the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and the Fox Insurance Group. That's Todd Fox and his group. We had some financial support given to us by Ronnie and Becky Hayes and the Oak Ridge class of 1989 as well. 2:34 to play. We'll have a recap of the scoring at halftime of the girls' game, and then we'll recap all the boys' scoring as well. Wildcats shut the Panthers out in the first quarter, but they have only been able to they've been outscored 8-3 here in the second period. So it's been the second quarter dominated by the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, it has. I'm counting right now. I think it should be 21, but who knows me? I've not been to school this week so far, so my brain might not be working as good as it should be right now. I don't know yet.
I'm telling your principal, he's sitting down below us here, that you're skipping school these last 2 days, as the Lady Panthers get the ball once again, and we are back underway as the Lady Wildcats playing currently with Sakari Stewart. I'm going to send one of our reporters down at halftime to find out what's wrong with Zayana Stewart. She kind of tweaked her knee yesterday, hopefully not too seriously, as they work the ball down low, get a shot off, no good. Garner on the rebound, blocked by Jenna, and a foul called against Jenna Johnson. 2:10 to play in the first half, 20-8 the score, and at the line will go Hannah Gardner. She's a junior player, as they wear the blue jerseys. Got quiet in the gym once again. To the free throw line will go Gardner. She'll have two shots, the first of which is on its way up, and it's good. 20-9 the score, 2:10 to play, second period. Back to the line she goes. Titus getting bored doing camera work. He wants to take a nap. He's looking forward to that trip. Going to leave me on the trip for 500 miles with nobody. As they get the rebound on the offensive rebound, they'll set for a three. It's on its way. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Lindsay Cleveland. Lady Wildcats push it up the floor to Ayana, who swings the ball left side to Ulisha Mitchell for three. Good. Three-point shot. Ulisha Mitchell, sophomore, knocks it down. Little scoring drought comes to an end. 23-9 the score. Here comes Abby Johnson down the floor for the Lady Panthers. Picked up by Sakari Stewart. She drives in, and a reach-in foul I think is going to be called against Ayana Porter. Coming over to the scorer's table, that is the case. Ayana picks up the foul. That'll be team foul number 6 called against Oak Ridge. That's the first foul called against Ayana. 1:41 to play, second quarter, 23-9 the score. It is the 5th team foul. It will be a shooting violation, and at the line will go number 15, Abby Johnson. Abby is a senior player for the Lady Panthers. She'll have two shots. First one rims out, no good. She'll have another one. Lady Wildcats' next ball game will be December the 9th at home against Clinton, our first home ball game. Wildcats in December, the early stages of December, will be home a lot. They do have one road trip to Central. They will go to Greenville again at the end of the month in December. 13-point Oak Ridge lead, 23-10 the score. 1:35 to play in the second quarter. Mitchell with the basketball for the Lady Wildcats to Ayana Porter. Ayana around the horn to Mitchell. to Pippins. Pippins to Jenna at the free throw line to Ayana. Shoots a three. No good. She'll get that shot going eventually. They're going to say the ball was knocked out of bounds by Ulisha Mitchell. Lady Wildcats struggled offensively yesterday, and shooting from the perimeter in particular, as you know, they're leaving Ayana to shoot, and she has 121 career threes. She'll knock him down. She's got to get a little bit more in rhythm with the game. Almost a steal there by Oak Ridge. Saved on the floor. Once again, they get a shot off. It's on its way. Rims out. No good. Jenna Johnson has the rebound to Porter. Porter pushes it up the floor to Pippins. Pippins drives in for the shot. Missed it. Rebound Ayana. Ayana Porter with the basketball. Wanted to go right back in. Kicks it out to Ulisha for three. No good. Rebound to the Lady Panthers. 45 seconds to play. 23-10 the score. Down the floor once again will come Shea in the paint. Drives in. Hits the rim. No good. Rebounded by Lindsay Cleveland. The Wildcats on a 3-on-1. Giving it up to Mitchell. To Pippins off the glass. Too strong. No good. Rebound. I think that was going to be Oak Ridge's ball, but not knowing for sure, Ulisha Mitchell knocks it out of bounds. 29 seconds to play in the first half. 23-10. Lady Wildcats outscored here as more fans begin to file past our camera. As you might see, we're broadcasting from the bleachers here, and hopefully that lady will move on over, and we appreciate her. As the Lady Panthers bring the ball across the line, 23-10 the score. Wildcats chasing on defense. Gardner's trap, lost it. Steal, nice play Oak Ridge on the trap. Wildcats running the floor, shot is up, good. Off the glass shot by Ulisha Mitchell, and Oak Ridge's lead is 15 again, 25-10. They work the ball and throw the ball away with 1.4 second to play in the first half, and Wildcats will let it roll, and Ayana will take one from midcourt, hits rim, but not good. So we have played one half of basketball here at Gulf Breeze High School. Oak Ridge leads Huntsville, Alabama, 25-10. We'll have the scoring in a moment, boys and the girls. We'll take a break. We'll send it off to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Pensacola, Florida, following this 4-minute timeout.
Recognize these wonderful sponsors. Thank you.
why she's not playing.
Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School. Lady Wildcats on top 25-10. Caleb, you've got the halftime scoring of this game and the final scoring of the boys' game. And the Wildcats were defeated today by University School of Baton Rouge, Louisiana by a final score of 64-51. You've got the scoring of both games.
Yes, I do, David. I'm going to start off with the girls at halftime here. We are leading 25-10. Jenna Johnson is our leading scorer with 12 points. Yulisha Mitchell with 6. Ayana Porter with 3. Honesty Thompson with 2. And Janaea Pippins with 2. I now have our boys scorer who lost to University 64-51. Our leading scorer in that game was Garrett Giles with 16. Following him, Shamar Green with 7. Raekwon Watson with 8. Ethan James with 7. Charlie Tomenheim with 6. And Cooper Williams with 3. Oak Ridge is currently winning 25-10 versus the Huntsville. The Huntsville Lady Panthers. I'm going to give it back to David now.
Thanks a lot, Caleb. Caleb Riker been with us the whole time, along with Titus Fetters. Brian Bennett back at the station. Reminder, our next broadcast of Oak Ridge Sports will be Friday when the Wildcats take on the Sevier County Smoky Bears, the undefeated 13-0 Smoky Bears. The winner plays for the state championship next week. We could use a big turnout of Oak Ridge fans at Blankenship Field this coming Friday. The temperatures are going to be low. Bring your heavy coats, bring your gloves, just bring yourself to Blankenship Field. The Wildcats one win away from the state championship ball game. They'll take on the Smoky Bears on Friday. Our next basketball broadcast after today will be on December the 9th when the Wildcats take on the Clinton Dragons at the Wildcat Arena in Oak Ridge. That'll be the next game the two teams play. The Wildcats play a lot of pre-Christmas games at home. And I'm looking for the schedule. I don't know if I brought it in or not, but they'll play a lot of games, including a tournament, kind of a classic kind of tournament at the Wildcat Arena. I think Cleveland will be in town. I think we have one road trip to Central. But other than that, the Wildcats will play a lot of pre-Christmas home ball games. And then the Wildcats, both teams will be on the road after Christmas. The girls to Greenville and the guys will be headed to Nashville for a tournament and play Rossview, and they'll play Stewart's Creek as well. Appreciate our sponsors, Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, Summit Medical Group, Bob's Wash and Fold Laundry, the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Fox Insurance Group. Please do business with these people, or at least tell them you appreciate them sponsoring it. We would not be on the air on our radio broadcasts without these sponsors, and of course our streams as well. Second half about set. Two teams are ready. The officials were a little more ready than the players were. As we're about to get set, Oak Ridge will have the ball, leading by 15, 25-10. Wildcat ball coming out with Lindsay Cleveland along with Ayana Porter, Janaea Pippins along with Evelyn Eubanks and Jenna Johnson, the original starting 5. Oak Ridge ball, left side it goes Ayana. She was working hard. The Wildcats working in, tried to work the ball into Jenna. Ball's taken away by the Lady Panthers. They're moving left to right as they bring the ball across the midcourt line. They're moving with their blue jerseys, different colors of blue, honestly. The Lady Wildcats wearing their white as Oak Ridge gives up what's going to be nearly close to a layup. Taken away by Oak Ridge, running the floor, ball knocked out of bounds by the Panthers. Last touch by them. Caleb, I know you were doing some other work there. You'll catch up on the clock. Good job, though, helping us out. 7:24 to play. Oak Ridge ball. Lindsay works it into Jenna Johnson. Jenna inside the circle, shoots. Got a little short. Tracked down by Oak Ridge, and they'll set up their offense again. Evelyn Eubanks along the baseline to Jenna, around the perimeter to Ayana Porter. Ayana was taking some extra shooting practice at halftime. Ayana, normally a great shooter, just hasn't been able to get that 3 to fall yet. She, like I said, she will. 7 minutes to play third quarter, midcourt circle. Ayanna Porter to the left side of Lindsay. Looks to Evelyn Eubanks, can't get the ball to her. Now they throw the ball. I'm not sure if it was intended for Jenna or Evelyn. Either way, Huntsville has it. Not a great start for either team. Nobody has scored. 25-10 the score. Abby Johnson trying to back down Ayanna Porter. She puts up a shot, no good. On the rebound will come Oak Ridge. Pippins comes out of there with the basketball. She drives all the way down the floor, gives it off to Ayanna, who swings the ball to Lindsay along the baseline, shoots from there, good. Lindsay Cleveland off the glass, and Oak Ridge leads by 17, 27-10, 6:25 to play, third period here. And here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Ayanna Porter with it. Gives the ball out to Pippins, who scores. Off the glass on the turnover by Huntsville, and Oak Ridge leads 29-10. 6:08 to play third quarter. Here they come down the floor. Garner in the rear court, fires a pass, and they're going to call a foul against Ayanna Porter. Anticipated the pass, got there just a hair short, late that is. As they turn the ball over, it'll be on the personal foul by Porter, her second foul of the ball game. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. We're also streaming the game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. The girls on top, 29-10. The guys lost 64-51 to University School out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, located on the campus of LSU. Matt McMahon's probably been doing a little helping with them because that was a good-looking basketball team the Wildcats fell to today. Wildcats trying to get a steal. Here's a pass high to Abby Johnson along the baseline. Works the ball inside for a one-handed jumper. Send it out, no good. Rebound for a moment by Oak Ridge. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch, I think, by number 2 for them. That'll be Rivers, I believe, according to my roster. 5:33 to play. We're in the third quarter. 29-10 Oak Ridge. Ayanna Porter down the floor, right side Pippins. Out to the top it goes Lindsay Cleveland to Jenna. Back to Pippins, three-pointer from the wing. It's up, no good. Tracked down on a great hustle play by Lindsay Cleveland. Cleveland with it over to Jenna Johnson, top of the circle. She squares the floor and brings the ball with her dribble at the midcourt circle and hands it off to Evelyn Eubanks. In the paint, will not shoot it. Jenna will for 3. No good. Long rebound tracked down by Jenna, then knocked out of bounds by, oh boy. I saw that wrong. I thought Jenna knocked it out. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. That's a couple mistakes they've made. I think it should be Huntsville's ball, but Oak Ridge gets the benefit of the call, and Ayanna has the basketball. Over it goes, top of the circle to Cleveland, to Ayanna, three-pointer, left corner. This one's strong, no good. Rebound hustle play by Pippins, swings the ball back out and lost it. Taken away by the Lady Panthers. Coming down the floor will come Tron. She works the ball across the line, now dribbles in, pulls up and shoots, in and out, no good. Jenna on the rebound. Jenna Johnson. We tried to find out what was wrong with Ayanna's knee, and or if it is her knee, but she's not able to go as Evelyn gets a three-footer, a little strong, no good. Rebound to Huntsville. 19-point Oak Ridge lead, 4:27 to play in the third quarter. Here comes the Lady Panthers. There's a collision between Abby Johnson and Lindsay Cleveland. Foul called against Oak Ridge. It'll be their basketball side court right in front of the bench, just the side of the bench, and that'll be Abby Johnson to work the ball in. Johnson dribbles midcourt circle. They'll set up their offense. Down 19, 4:16 to play third quarter. They work the ball right side. Over goes to Garner. Here's another shot missed. Jenna goes up high for the rebound, then it's knocked out of bounds by the Lady Wildcats. 4:08 to play third quarter. 29-10 is our score. And Oak Ridge is going to substitute Ulisha Mitchell in the ball game. And out of the ball game will come number 22, Pippins. And the Wildcats will go back on defense. They're trying to work the ball in, and the ball is intercepted by Lindsay. Lindsay Cleveland coming down the floor. Lindsay coast to coast for the layup, no good. Oak Ridge has the rebound. The Wildcats will set it up once again. 29-10 the score, and Wildcats turn the ball over with Ulisha Mitchell. They get a shot off by Garner. Shot no good. The rebound up, no good. Again, no good. Garner again, no good. This time, Evelyn Eubanks pulls down the board. Jenna Johnson with it. 19-point Oak Ridge lead. Jenna drives, stops, pops, no good. Rebound on the floor. Ball's loose. Picked up on the floor, and a jump ball between Oak Ridge's Lindsay Cleveland and their senior guard. It'll be Oak Ridge losing possession. It'll be Huntsville basketball. 3:38 to play third quarter, 29-10. After a fast and furious first quarter, the offense has kind of slowed down a little bit, especially for Oak Ridge. I think Oak Ridge had 17 or 18 points in that first quarter. It's only 29 at this point with 3:38 to play in the third period. Huntsville basketball. Top of the circle, they've got Raleigh in the ball game, new player in for the Lady Panthers. I didn't see her enter the ball game. I apologize for that. Oak Ridge in the boys game only played, I think, 6 players. Only 6 players got in. The only sub, I think, was Ethan James, who played a really good game for the Wildcats. Other than that, the Wildcat bench just sat and watched. Oh, nice drive there by Huntsville. Shot is up good. Really nice play there. The timeout is asked for by the Lady Panthers. 3 minutes, 1 second to play third quarter. 29-12, Oak Ridge in the lead. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Florida in 30 seconds. David Clary back here along with Kyler Breicher, along with Titus Fetters, Brian Bennett. Back at the radio station, 29-12 is our score. Some of the guys are still here. I see Dallin James, Cooper Williams, Ethan James still here. Looking around the gym here, it might be all. Most of them, I guess, have headed on back. Oak Ridge ball, leading 29-12. Ayana Porter shoots a 3. Shooter's got to shoot, and that's what Ayana does. And she knocks down that 3, and Lady Wildcat lead is back to 20. 32-12 the score. I say Ayana has not been on her game shooting the 3, but like I said, the only way to get those 3s to fall is to continue to shoot, and Abby Johnson is fouled there, I believe, by the Wildcats, tripped up by one of the Lady Wildcats. 32-12, Lady Wildcats trying to go 3-0 on the year. They'll play Clinton on December the 9th. As I've said a lot, the football game will be coming up on Friday, Oak Ridge and Sevier County. Winner plays for the state championship. Evelyn and Jenna just blocked the shot. Let's see, one of them, the trailing official, I think is going to call a foul against Oak Ridge.
I think it was a foul from my vantage point. I don't know if it was on Evelyn or not. I think it might have been on Jenna. I think she might have went across the hand, but it could have went either way with how they called the. I think it's the same officials from last game. Could have went either way, but it was foul there.
Free throw is up, and it's good by Abby Johnson. You're starting to sound like Alex Myers, just rambling and rambling and rambling.
Yeah, I'm a talker whenever I start talking. I'm also a little bit tired, so I talk a lot whenever I'm tired.
You talk a lot when you're not tired. Shot is up, no good. Evelyn had the rebound. Blocked shot by Evelyn. Ball's rebounded by Gardner, and the ball's loose on the floor again, and the Wildcats have it. Coming down the floor, Ulisha Mitchell. Wildcat lead is 32-13. Wildcats, as I mentioned, trying to go 3-0 on the year. Ayana Porter with the basketball. Dribbles the baseline. They gave her the baseline. She dribbles through, gives it out for a three-point shot, which is good. Three-point shot by Honesty Thompson. And the Lady Wildcat lead is 35-13. 2 minutes to play here in the third period. With the basketball, once again, will come Huntsville, Alabama. Lady Wildcats have only played one Alabama team in their history, and that was Hoover, Alabama. They've played them twice, as that shot is no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Coming down the floor, Oak Ridge is Ayana Porter to Mitchell. Ulisha backs it up to Lindsey Cleveland. Around the left side, here's Ayana, another 3, no good. Rebounded by Honesty Thompson. Honesty with it over to Mitchell, to Ayana at the free throw line. She shoots. No good, too strong, no good. Rebound to Oak Ridge, then crashing down to the floor and called for a travel is the Lady Wildcat. Minute 23 to play, third quarter, 35-13 the score. How many fish do you think you all caught this weekend?
This weekend or this week in total? Well, we caught 4 Spanish mackerel, but all in all, I'd say probably close to around 30 fish I think maybe 30 to 40 fish.
Okay, bucket good by Huntsville. Oak Ridge has the basketball, leading by 20, 35-15. Honesty's going to shoot another three. This one's no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats on a steal. Ball's loose on the floor. Lady Panthers trying to pick it up. Oak Ridge trying to rip it out. Then they're going to call a foul. Foul's going to be called against Honesty Thompson, I do believe. That is the case. 50.2 seconds. That is the fourth team foul called against the team from Tennessee. 35-15 the score. It'll be Abby Johnson going to the free throw line. 50.2 seconds, 35-15 the score. Oak Ridge in the lead. First toss on its way, hits the rim, but drops in good. Senior Abby Johnson will have another. And they're going to substitute a new player into the ball game. Sophomore player, and I don't want to mess up her name. Her first name is Aubrey. Toss on its way up there, good. 50.2 seconds. The Wildcats in the lead, 35-17. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, playing with Ulisha Mitchell, Ayana Porter, Lindsay Cleveland, Honesty Thompson, and Evelyn Eubanks. Honesty outside the line to Ayana. Round to the corner it goes once again to Mitchell. Mitchell squares the floor. 37 seconds to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 35-17. Wildcats had a nail biter yesterday. They won 50-42 over Vicksburg, Mississippi. This is not really the case. Evelyn, a 5-footer, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Evelyn's got another opportunity, will not take the shot. Mitchell backs it up. 17 seconds to play. Coach Taylor calls somebody up high, gives it out to Ayana Porter, and the Lady Wildcats will set for the final shot. Mitchell with the basketball, down to 7 seconds to play. Left side it goes Ayana, sets for three. Good. Three-point shot, Ayana Porter, her second of the quarter, and Oak Ridge heads to the fourth and final quarter, leading Huntsville, Alabama, 38-17. We'll send it off to Brian Bennett. Stay tuned after the game. They'll have a presentation of the all-event team. We'll talk to Coach Taylor. Oak Ridge on top, 38-17. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Gulf Breeze High School. We've got one more quarter of basketball. One more quarter here in Florida as the Lady Wildcats lead it by a score of 38-17. Oak Ridge has the ball first, and we're underway in the final period. Oak Ridge ball, Honesty Thompson with it to Sakari Stewart. Around it goes to Mitchell. Pippins is in the ball game along with Paige Lawing. Ball nearly taken away by Oak Ridge. But everybody, I think, has played. Sakari, or actually, he's got a chance to play. There's a missed shot, rebounded by Huntsville. Zayana Stewart, I think, might have tweaked her knee yesterday, and that might be the reason they precautionary don't want to play her today. And this is a game that meaningless as they, nice little shot there by the Lady Panthers. That shot made good by Rivers. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. 38-19 the score. Pippins with the basketball. Lost her dribble. Stops. Needs help. Gives it over to the right side to Honesty Thompson, who goes cross court. Saved away by Mitchell. Back on a high pass. Honesty can't get it. It goes out of bounds. 7:06 to play in the game. 38-19. There is Mr. Titus Fetters back. He'll resume his work on the camera. 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Dribbling the basketball and heavy pressure defense, and a timeout is asked for by Huntsville. Earlier today, the Wildcat boys team were in action, and why don't you run down the scoring of the boys? They lost the game, 64-51. Why don't you run down the scoring?
Alrighty. So, as he said, we did lose that game, but a pretty solid game there by Garrett Giles, who had 16 points. Second leading scorer would be Shamar Green. Raekwon Watson had 8 points in that game. Ethan James had 7 points, but he had a lot of hustle plays in that game as well. Charlie Taubenheim with a pair of threes, and Cooper Williams with 3 free throws during that game.
Thanks a lot. We are at the 6:55 mark of the fourth quarter. Lady Wildcats on top, 38-19. Lady Wildcats counted a really tough assignment yesterday in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and Oak Ridge won that game 50-42 in a cold shooting night. The Wildcats blew out to a big lead here in this one and really kind of have coasted a bit. They've played a lot of players, which is good. You want to come down here and get everybody a chance to play. Lady Wildcats are going to come out with Pippins, along with Mitchell, Sakari Stewart, along with Honesty Thompson and Paige Lawing for the Lady Wildcats. And Huntsville will work the ball in. In it comes, and we're underway once again. Final quarter of the ball game. With it will come number 5. She works the dribble around to the right corner to Gardner. Gardner against Paige. Wanted to take her strong with the Wildcats. Oh, kind of a cheap little foul called on the inside. A little grabbing, a little bumping. First foul called against either team here in the fourth quarter. 6:43 to play. 38-19 is our score. And they'll work the ball in from the baseline. Gardner looks. Nobody comes free initially, and they work the ball in to number 32 in the ball game. For them, that'll be Raleigh once again. Raleigh works the ball towards their sideline. The Wildcats get a steal. Wildcats, Sakari Stewart, she's fast as lightning. She comes all the way down the floor and scores. That's the one thing that I've noticed about Sakari. She can flat out move.
Yes, she can. She used to run track, I'm pretty sure, back in the day.
She needs to run it again as they dribble the ball out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. That's number 11 back in the game for them. That'll be Rihanna Porter. She turns the ball over, and the Wildcats will get it side midcourt. 40-19, Lady Wildcats headed for their third win of the year. The Wildcats 2-0 coming into this game. Victories over Lebanon of Tennessee, Vicksburg, Mississippi, and Lady Wildcats 6 minutes and 13 seconds, barring a total collapse from knocking off Huntsville, Alabama. They're up by 21. Oak Ridge ball. Sakari with it, top of the circle. Long's in the post. It comes cross court with the basketball. Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats. Sakari. Inside it goes. Driving to the corner. Goes to Honesty Thompson. Had a 3. Lady Wildcats will shoot another one. It's up. No good. Rebounded, tipped, and taken away by Huntsville. Here they come down the floor. Moving left to right. I'll be happy to have a little bit of break. We've had a lot of things going on. Tomorrow we'll have our Crunch Time show at Pizza Inn. That'll be we'll start it at 7 o'clock live on our YouTube channel. We'll also be on BBB Communications Comcast channel 1086. Scheduled to talk to me live on the air will be Eli Pearson, but you all know how that goes. Eli doesn't like to talk. He did an interview on Friday in that game, as with 5:39 to play, Oak Ridge up by 20. Huntsville back to the free throw line. First toss was good. Second toss, no good. Rebounded by Paige Lawing. Paige with it down the floor. Here goes to Mitchell. Pippins has the ball. Back to Mitchell. Work the ball right side to Honesty Thompson. Honesty swings the ball and tried to get the ball to Sakari. It might have been deflected, and the ball swept away by Sakari Stewart and knocked out of bounds with 5:23 to play. They'll have a ceremony at the end of this game to give the all-event team. They don't call it all-tournament because it's really basically a classic. It's not a tournament. There's no winner. There's so many teams here. There's 9 games being played today in this gymnasium. We've had some of the early games. It was requested by the Oak Ridge coaching staff so they could get on the road once again. Not everyone else is fairly close. As Abby Johnson falls down, they get a 3 off. It's on its way. Good for 2. A 2-point shot And Oak Ridge's lead is 40-22, an 18-point advantage for the Lady Wildcats. 4 minutes, 52 seconds to play in the ball game here. Caleb doing camera work, or actually he did camera work a moment ago, doing the scoreboard work, and Titus doing the camera. Titus is the top king as Oak Ridge drives in for a shot, rolls off, no good. Rebounded again by Pippins, and she'll set it out for a three. Good! 3-point shot by Ulisha Mitchell, the sophomore. Knocks it down, and Oak Ridge is up by 21, and then a technical foul is whistled against somebody. Number 22, White. I don't know what she said, but caught the attention of the official, and Pippins is called with a technical foul, and I think Coach Taylor's gonna pull her out and bring the freshman in, Bishop, who I thought came in earlier, but I saw the number wrong. And now Abby Johnson's gonna shoot free throws. I don't know what she said, but she's getting, I don't know exactly what Coach Taylor's saying to her, but I'm sure it's not pretty. As that free throw, Abby Johnson hits, and it's a 20-point game again. 43-23, 4:26 to play. Abby Johnson back to the free throw line. Toss, good. And Huntsville will have the basketball side midcourt. Oak Ridge coming out, let's see, with, looks like Bishop is going to come into the ball game. That is the case, along with Ulisha Mitchell, Honesty Thompson, Sakari Stewart, and Paige Lawing. 4:22 to play. Lady Wildcats without Zayana Stewart today, but Jenna Johnson provided the early offense. Good defense there by Paige. Almost got the ball away. She's still fighting hard. They have to give up the ball. Over it goes to Gardner. Gardner hands it off to number 1, who gives it off on a bounce pass. They'll drive the baseline. Here's a shot up, no good, but a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. 4:02 to play in the ball game. 43-24. Oak Ridge in the lead. Just trying to play this one out here as the Wildcats headed for their third win, playing with an all-young lineup in right now against the Huntsville team. They have a limited bench. As I look at their bench, they only have 4 players eligible to come in and play other than the 5 on the floor, so not a deep bench for Huntsville. 4:02 to play in the game. Second toss, good. And it's now 43-26, so they're making it a little bit closer. Halfway through the fourth quarter, 3:57 to play. 43-26, the Wildcats in the lead. Honesty Thompson throws it over to Bishop in the corner. Bishop throws it to Paige Lawing, and she is going to be fouled on the floor. That's the first foul called against Huntsville. That stops the clock with 3 minutes and 46 seconds to play. As we broadcast from the bleachers here, as you can see people walking past the camera, as the Wildcats have the ball. Here's a 3, high arcing shot, no good. Rebounded on the floor by Huntsville. 3:38 to play, a little closer ball game. 43-26 the score. They'll drive in left side on the wing. Wildcats, there's a gentleman from the Falcons. They score again, and it's 43-28. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Wildcats with it. Ulisha Mitchell at the midcourt circle, working a little time off. Wildcats have not been able to put much on the board here in the fourth. As the Wildcats work it over to Bishop. Bishop out to Honesty, to Sakari, little 5-footer, good. Sakari Stewart, little inside the lane jumper, and Oak Ridge leads 45-28 with 2:55 to play in the ball game. Appreciate the Oak Ridge teachers and students who were allowed to watch our ball game today from Oak Ridge High School, their final day before the Thanksgiving break. And really on behalf of the crew here, as there's going to be another foul called against Oak Ridge. On behalf of our crew, our Prep Radio crew, football, basketball, baseball, the entire group, we wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving on Thursday. And we'll have ball game for you on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, football game. State semifinals, the Wildcats taking on Sevier County, 7 o'clock, Blankenship Field. Free throw rims out, no good. 2:40 to play. Looks like the guys are getting ready to head on out of the gym. Cooper's on his feet. Ethan's on his feet. Looks like they're heading out of the gym. Thank you for supporting the Lady Wildcats in their game. Free throw missed, rebounded by the Wildcats. 2:37 to play in the game. Oak Ridge turns the ball over again. Then the Wildcats get the ball right back. Sakari coming full force down the floor, needs help, throws the ball away. Oh, good sportsmanship there by Huntsville, helping up Sakari. And down the floor will come the Lady Panthers. This one's getting a little bit long. It hasn't been nearly as exciting as that first quarter. That ball rimmed out, then a whistle blows and another foul. Man, I wish they just let them play here in the last 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Back in Oak Ridge, looks like it's 1:20. It's going to be a late arrival time in Oak Ridge when we get home. But we've enjoyed our trip so far. As yesterday, one of the funniest things I saw, guys, is that free throw's up and it's good, was you guys looked like you were burying somebody down in the sand.
Yeah, we were burying Charlie. We had built like this huge castle, and then we ended up digging a huge hole and burying Charlie in it.
Well, where the castle was, we ended up kind of just tackling the castle. It was I'd probably say about a 4-foot castle, and we just started hitting into it. Probably spent about 20 minutes doing that, and realized I start the clock. After that, we all looked at each other, and we said, we're going to bury Charlie. We said, Charlie, sit down. We're going to see where you're sitting. And we just dug spent about, honestly, 30 minutes digging a 4.5-foot hole where he sat down, and all that was showing was his head. We covered his neck as well. He just made sure to tell us, don't get the sand in my hair, please.
Well, that's what the boys did while on their trip here. As the Wildcats offense is underway here. The Wildcats had the ball. We're down to 1:36 to play. Oak Ridge drives in, a little floating shot, no good. Rebounded by the Panthers. 15-point Oak Ridge lead, 45-30. Another boys team rolling in as they'll play in what would be the fourth game of the day. 45-30 the score. We'll have a brief ceremony at the end. Coach Taylor will come and join me as well. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Here comes the freshman coast to coast for the layup. Good. Her first varsity points. The freshman scores, and it's 47-30. Congratulations, Miss Bishop. And the Lady Wildcat lead is back to 17.
Yeah, that's Monte Bishop's little sister there for the Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. Just scored her first varsity points. Congratulations to her.
Ball knocked out of bounds by a hustling Paige Lawing. 50.5 seconds to play in the ball game. 47-30. Oak Ridge on top of Huntsville. The Wildcats will return to Oak Ridge to play their next ball game on December the 9th. So a big gap between today and their next ball game. They'll play the Clinton Dragons at the Wildcat Arena. Here's a steal by Honesty Thompson. Bishop running the floor in front of her. Back to Bishop it goes. She shoots and scores again. Back-to-back buckets by the freshman. And it's 49-30. And down the floor once again will come Huntsville. Lady Wildcat bench just erupting as Bishop scores her first 4 points of her career. There's a shot, no good. Honesty has the rebound, then she can't control it. It's picked up, though, by Oak Ridge. Driving with it will come Ulisha Mitchell. Tried to get it to Paige. She couldn't quite catch the low pass, and Paige looks frustrated, but she's hustling. She's out there. She was a part-time starter a year ago, and she'll get some more playing time as this season progresses. As we're down to the final few seconds of the ball game, the Wildcats on top, 49-30. Here's a shot, no good. Rebounded back up. And no good. Rebounded out of bounds, and that's your ball game. The Wildcats have defeated Huntsville by a final score of 49-30. And that concludes our two-day trip to Florida. Well, actually, we've been down here 4 days almost, but 2 days of basketball with the Wildcat boys losing their game today 64-51, but the girls win by a final score of 49-30. Now we're about to have that ceremony. The all-event team, we'll see who's selected. What they do, they bring each team out to center court with their coaches, and then they present an all-event team. So we'll stay tuned for that as Caleb tabulates the rest of the scoring here. We'll have those for you. This gentleman is he likes to speak, and he's pretty nice. He talks about the quality of the teams. He talks about the quality of the education. He talks about himself, and he presents the all-tournament team. But it's really nice people. Everybody we have encountered here in Pensacola has been extremely, extremely friendly, from the people who work in the tournament from the beginning when we first walked in the door yesterday, to the people we encountered at the hotel and the restaurants we've been to. And now we're about to have the presentation. I don't think you can pick it up on the radio for sure, but I am going.
Teacher, educator, coaches. We have so many high school athletes now that are being coached by part-time coaches, and they're not getting the full effect of the educational, the social, and the athletic benefits.
That's what he has said in each and every time. What he's basically saying, if you can't pick it up, what he says is the coaches, for some people, some of the teams are volunteer coaches, not educators in the school. He has said that to every single presentation we have seen, and now Huntsville will come out to the middle of the floor. He's the head coach of Huntsville, and his assistant coach is out there as well. They've got a nice turnout of fans here. And now the rest of the Lady Panthers join him on the floor, and they'll announce the all-event team. We'll talk to Coach Taylor in a minute. I know she will want to get on the road as well. And here comes the all-event team for 3 players from Huntsville. Let's see who they are. Abby Johnson. And that doesn't surprise me. She's very Eleanor Shea. And Sarah Raleigh. Those are the 3 from Huntsville selected to the all-event team, and they'll pose for a picture. And the lady taking the picture was a nice lady we encountered, the first person we met here at the school, and we appreciate her. This is a nice tournament. They bring a lot of teams in. And now here comes Oak Ridge. Will have their all-event team, they call it. And now here comes Paige Taylor and their coaching staff, and along with Micaiah Dowdell and Christina Sims, will go out to the center of the floor as Titus closes in the shot once again to Coach Taylor, Coach Sims, and Coach Dowdell. And now here come the Lady Wildcats, who have just won their ball game 49-30. Never really were challenged in the ball game. Everybody got a lot of playing time. And now the all-event team. And the committee has nominated 3 players for the all-event team, and they will wander out. Ayana Porter is selected. Congratulations to her. And she accepts her little medal. Lindsay Cleveland, they're rewarding good defense, and Jenna Johnson. That's the 3 selected to the all-event team, and we appreciate them. Really, really nice. And now they're going to give some. Oak Ridge is going to get 2 wins. They are the Whataburger champions, and they have a plaque that will be presented to them. 2 wins for the Lady Wildcats. And out to accept it for the Lady Wildcats, that is Zayana Stewart. And didn't get a chance to play today, but she accepts the plaque for the 2 wins the Wildcats had, the Whataburger. And that sounds like a nice place to eat maybe later.
Maybe. We had a lot of burgers on the way up, too, though, and the day that we got here. So we'll see. It probably will be one of the places that we eat.
We've made up for it with our $200 meals the last 2 we've had.
Yeah, the last 2 have combined to about $77 pizza. Everything's going to be pretty expensive on the beach, but the seafood definitely was really expensive, too.
Final score of the ball game, 49-30. Caleb, why don't you run down the scoring, if it's correct, on the boys and the girls as we wait for Coach Taylor.
All righty. I am positive this is correct because I did the math. All righty. The Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats have won this game 49-30. Jenna Johnson is your leading scorer with 12 points. Ulisha Mitchell with 9. And Ayana Porter with 9. Sakari Stewart with 4. Amaja Bishop with 4. Odyssey Thompson with 5. Janaea Pippins with 4. And Lindsay Cleveland with 2. The boys, however, did not win in their game against University earlier. Garrett Giles with 16 points. Shamar Green had 11. Raekwon Watson with 8. Ethan James with 7. Charlie Taubenheim with 6. And Cooper Williams with 3. Was not enough to beat University.
Thanks a lot, Caleb. We are waiting for Coach Paige Taylor to come over and maybe have a brief conversation with us. I know everybody wants to get on the road. The Wildcats coming out of the dressing room already. Wildcats victorious in the girls' game 49-30. While we wait for Coach Taylor, let's send it off to Brian Bennett. We'll be back with the head coach of the Lady Wildcats in 60 seconds.
This team is tall. Look how tall it is. Yeah, I was about to say, they have a lot more tall. Look at that whole area. Maybe go more.
Let's start collecting what we can. And use the
David Clary back here along with Titus Fetters and Caleb Riker. Brian Bennett back in the studios. Wishing everybody a very happy Thanksgiving on Thursday, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone at Blankenship Field on Friday as the Wildcat football team plays in the state semifinals against the Sevier County Smoky Bears. Coach Paige Taylor having words with her son Cutler Green, and we'll get Coach Taylor's final comments. We won't keep her here long because we all need to get on the road and head on back to Tennessee. Here comes Coach Taylor. Coach, I won't keep you here long. I know we all have a long drive, but this, you jumped on this team. This was, they weren't as good as you. I don't know the right words to say, and obviously,
I think they were a young team. Yeah.
But you jumped on them early. I think it was 17 or 18-0 after one quarter. Shutout, that's got to make you feel good. And one quarter, you got a chance to play everybody, and you get away with 2 wins today, this tournament.
Watching on film, this team, I mean, they were on film, they were a good basketball team, and they are a good basketball team. I think I didn't realize they were young. And when I was talking to the coach before, and, luckily we've got some experience. And I think our experience outplayed the young a little bit. But it was nice to get everybody in and get everybody a chance to get up and down. And the effort, I felt like was good from everybody.
Yeah, and then, everybody practices just as hard, and everyone got a chance to play. And you got your freshmen, our first 4 points in the game. And what I liked about it is your bench erupted when she scored.
Yeah, they were excited for her. That's what they were like. That's our first varsity points.
Jenna kind of carried your team early on in the ball game, and she just dominated that first quarter on the glass and doing everything. One thing that scares me is Zay didn't play today.
Yeah. So Zay, we knew we probably would win this game without her, and there's no point in taking a chance. She's a little bit sore from yesterday. She took a fall yesterday, and we're just letting her rest.
That's kind of what I thought. Coach, your next ball game is against Clinton on the 9th of December. So you got a long way between now and then, a lot to work on.
We do. We'll have some time off here for Thanksgiving, and then we'll come back Sunday in the gym and get back after and get ready to go for we're kind of now, we'll start a second part of our season kind of. I feel like this is more like preseason, getting ready, and then we start those games, and we play Clinton, and then the next day we start district play.
And that'll be coming up in December. Football team playing on Friday, Thanksgiving on Thursday. A lot of things going on.
Lots of things going on. I hope our guys win on Friday and play for a state championship next week for sure.
Coach, just final comments on the win.
Proud of the girls' effort. They played hard. Their energy was good. The bench was good. I played some kids early on, came in and it didn't miss a beat, It's just it's a good game to see everybody get to play.
Have a safe trip home.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Paige Taylor, Lady Wildcats win the ball game by a final score of 49-30. The guys dropped their ball game today, though, 64-37. That about does it here from Pensacola, Florida. We've enjoyed our trip. We appreciate Brian, who's done the technical work on the radio station. As I mentioned, our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School Sports is coming up on Friday when the Wildcats take on Sevier County in the state semifinals, one win away from a state championship ball game. For Titus and Caleb and Brian, this is David Clary wishing everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. So long, everybody. In the stream.